YouTube.
Hello, everyone.
They all said hello. Hey guys, we got gaming couple here.
Millions of people. Hold the comments, guys. We can't keep up.
And there's 0 people. And we got Craig and Beck, and we got Jazz and Brad. Cheers for coming on, guys.
Anytime.
I thought I'll pick your brains. I thought I'll pick your brains today.
There's not much to pick, but
You stole that.
you can have
now. This rain is going to be loud.
Just here.
It's ambient noise. It's relaxing.
I've got a bowl of nachos, so the Panthers here. We got one here.
And some kebab.
I could go some nachos, actually. If you could just express post them to my address, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Tracy's in.
Tracy's here. Tracy, you can jump on if you want, Trace.
Probably like
Tracy, do you want to jump on?
Morning her time. Well, probably 3 even.
Yeah.
Seems they're always streaming. I don't know how they do it. Like, just run on no sleep. Yeah, stamina. I don't have that.
They stream for hours and hours and hours. It's just nuts. Oh, before I get into my little things that I wanted to do today, while I was out today, I sold that shirt, that Hawaiian looking shirt.
Yeah.
Took a best offer of $110. So,
that's it.
Is that it was 4 into 110, right?
That one $7 I paid.
7. You can't complain about
Shag
that.
by toes.
Shag by toes. Yeah. Toes on the nose.
I thought it was like shag my nose.
Nose.
That's a whole different type of shirt.
Hey, Bron.
Bron's here too.
Hey, Bron.
What's up, Bron?
$110 for my first fucking shirt. Got to be happy.
Yeah, it's a good place to start. You said that
Better than we did.
pretty high though.
Yeah.
Pixie Piffy. I'm trying to work out where my laptop doesn't have sound.
Ain't got no sound.
Boom.
Now, I can't start this without a smoke, but I wanted to pick your brains. Now that I'm enjoying this getting clothes and all that, and Kelly's out doing wedding stuff, but I've got to get that finished, but I don't have to do that part. I can do this stuff instead.
Right.
It's too hard, all that stuff. But man, I winged it with that first shirt.
You did pretty good for winging it.
Better than us.
I winged it with that first shirt. There we go.
Oh,
Hi. I worked out. It was on mute.
I wanted to say that, but I'm like, no, it couldn't be that.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
Is it raining? Is it raining?
It's all good now.
You're in Perth now, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's raining up there?
It was raining a little bit. Yeah. Where are you? What? Are you south or north of the river?
South.
Yeah. Me too.
Just finished raining. It rained for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that shirt, that crazy Hawaiian shirt, if it wasn't for, Brad and Jazz and a few others about Hawaiian shirts and going through different brands and all that type of stuff for those shirts, I would never have picked it up, and I didn't know the brand. So that sold for $110 today. So I'm stoked with that.
Whoa. Awesome.
But I want to start knowing brands. So dog shit flies. So I want to know best brands of shirts to sell. Best brands of shirts to sell, and what is the price that you were like kind of, do you know what I mean? I see stuff for $10 and $12 and I don't want to go there.
Yeah. You're better at shirts, Brad.
I don't know about that.
I think Rob's doing best with shirts right now.
I think Rob's got the hook covered, to be honest.
That was good to be used, guys.
I guess it depends on long sleeve, short sleeve, because that sort of is a big difference as well. But long sleeves, we pick up brands like Calibre, R.M. Williams. Sometimes
I hear this R.M. Williams all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we're lucky because we've got a factory here, so we find it pretty regularly. What other long sleeve shirts do we pick up? We don't really pick up a lot of
Burberry.
yeah, if you can find Burberry and Royal,
Yeah.
but good luck.
All the time.
Yeah, some really nice Tommy Hilfiger will pick up with like a
if it's very nice,
Yeah.
same as Tommy Bahama. All the Tommies just only get it if it's like
yeah. Tommy Bahama
exciting.
we very rarely pick up, but we actually picked one up last weekend that was like awesome because it was silk and it had a big
Embroidered.
American flag on the back of it.
oh Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson.
Oh, nice.
And I guess
I think it depends on the material as well. I think because every brand really, you have exceptions, and I think it comes down also to the material as well. Like, say if you had a Tommy Bahama that was like linen or something, like I would be more inclined to pick that up, or silk.
We do have
Yeah, so look at the care tag.
yeah,
If
definitely.
it says genuine, if it says, so they all say, because I'm still, I wear $5 Kmart black t-shirts all the time.
JJ.
And I love them. But so they usually say cotton or whatever it is on them, don't they?
Yeah, so the things you want to really avoid is like polyester, because it's like cheaply made and stuff like that. But it depends. Like if it's got a really cool print on it, I'm with shirts especially. I always just look for a print because, like you've done with that shirt that you sold for 100 and whatever it was, it's easier to look at prints than like just go through all of them if you don't have much time.
Yeah.
Well, the little tiki gods. The little tiki gods are the ones that got me.
Yeah.
So I just thought Hawaiian shirt. You guys get Hawaiian shirts. I thought Hawaiian shirts. Mambo was what was going through my head when I was looking for it. Because that's what,
I thought so.
Not made
Mambo
in
now.
China though. Not made in China, Mambo.
Yeah.
not made.
Yeah.
You want
That's
Mambo
the big
Loud
one.
is the grail.
Loud, yeah.
Religious in theme.
Yeah, that's mainly Mambo.
Yowie, did you say?
No. So there's like a few grail pieces in the Mambo Loud range. Like there's one that's like themed, would you say like religious piece, and that goes for crazy money. But yeah, anything Mambo Loud, even the plain Mambo Loud shirts we've still
They go
sold for
right.
like 30
Oh,
to
Mambo
40.
Loud, yes.
But
I heard you say
Hawaiian
that.
Mambo Loud stuff, yeah,
Do you find that often though?
I found 2 Mambo Loud long sleeves that weren't actually loud, as in they were just a check pattern. But I've never found one of the like crazy print ones.
I saw today, and I left it. I saw today a Billabong buttoned up short sleeve, and it was cross-checkered. I didn't get it because it wasn't in my $100 budget. Because you'll see why I exploded my $100 that I ended up going to a toy store. But and I saw a toy store in between thrift shops, and I went nuts. But yeah, would Billabong go?
It depends on the age. Like some of the older Billabong stuff will sell for decent money, but I don't pick up standard Billabong stuff or anything that's kind of like a run of the mall brand or a mall brand. We don't really touch unless it's like vintage or has something really like out of the ordinary from it. But again, it depends on what you can buy in at. Like if you could get them for $1 or $2 and they're really cool, then maybe. But we don't see them.
No, this was like $10.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have gone there.
No.
Series
If it's Billabong, if it's new Billabong, I would buy it. If it's at a decent price, like new with tags. Again with the print, like if it's a new modern Billabong but it's got a good print, I would buy it. It just comes down to again, like there's always an exception to the rule sort of thing.
Yeah, new with tags I always grab usually. With anything.
Also look for signature.
I actually found sorry Craig.
Oh, it's all good. I was just gonna say, like, as well, like some of the signature series, especially if the surfers are no longer surfing anymore, like Billabong have associations with Joel Parkinson, Mark Occhiluko, Quicksilver is with Kelly Slater, And Andy Irons is another one because Andy Irons actually
yeah.
died of a drug overdose.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was a big like ambassador for Billabong. Yeah, so if we see anything with Andy Irons on it, we pick it up. It doesn't sell for a high margin, but it sells real quick.
I want the big money. I want the big dollars.
Got to look out for the French cuffs, the double collars, the button-down collars. I see that, and then I look up the brand.
And I always like we don't like long sleeve dress shirts is probably one of the last areas that we'll look at because there's just so many other things that are probably quicker and easier money and easier to list, because you'll probably find if you start getting a lot of long sleeve shirts and you chuck them in a bin, they'll get so wrinkled that you'll need to either steam them or iron them. So then you just leave them. So yeah, that's probably one of the last ones we look for. But like with Robert Graham, like I always look for paisley on the inside of the back collar, like behind the neck, because that's sort of like a signature of Robert Graham. So I just have like, if I'm skimming through a rack, I'll just look for like brands or that sort of paisley backing, and then 99 out of 100, it's not what I hope it is, but
what's the maximum you will spend on those though? Do you know what I mean? Because so many of them are high priced, and now that I'm only just going through the clothes and having a look at the shirts and all that, you see so many of them. Like there was this NBA tank top. It was a 1992 All-Stars NBA tank top. Looked very faded, but I think that's what the look was supposed to be. But they wanted $16 for it, and I was like, for a tank top? I was like,
no, not tank. Not unless it was like
$16. I want a full sleeve dress shirt with something nice.
Yeah. I think if you can pick up long sleeve and in those brands or that really good quality linen, you want to be sort of 10 and under, unless it's really special. We paid up to 15, 16 occasionally, but it's...
See, we've got some regular for 15, 16.
You knew what you're looking for.
Pearl snout and like Western look.
Yeah.
Ted Baker's a good one as well.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah, Cara Smash.
Is that?
It's a Ted Baker's a UK brand, and they do a lot of women's clothes, but also they do men's shirts, and I think they do suits and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But very high retail value. Like it depends on the pattern again, I think, with Ted Baker, but it's a good brand as well.
We seem to have done well with like the polo shirts in Ted Baker. If we can pick them up for like $4 or $5, they'll sell for 35, 39 pretty regularly. The long sleeves, we haven't found any really nice pieces, but we found a couple that have sold for 40, 45, 50, but yeah.
These guys they must be checking and raising the prices. They know what all the prices just seem high when I was looking.
Yeah.
Our tip shops stand at the counter and like, you say, how much is this? And they're like, hang on, let me just check eBay. But then even looking at solds.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that tip shop.
Oh, okay.
Or our clothes at the tip shop are 50 cents. And we actually find some pretty cool like vintage stuff in there.
See, that's what a tip shop should be.
Exactly.
$50 for a set of 4 books.
She's like looking it up and I'm like, actually, I've already looked it up. And this is what you need to be looking at.
And you're a tip shop.
They shouldn't be allowed to do it.
It's illegal.
Allowed to do that. I hate it.
Yeah.
Hey, Georgina.
Well, it's gone.
I think that's where like those more traditional ones where like the older generation is still running them, and like they're the ones where you get a bargain. All the new age ones, like they all know how to look stuff up. They know what they're selling. You just got to catch them off guard every once in a while.
So we want to target the clueless morons that have no idea, that just chuck it out. They want to pay their rent. They're not getting paid themselves anyway. So just let us have it cheap so we can make money.
Well, I think the thing is, well, like you go to a lot of these places, and especially all these high end, like ones that say they're high end and price stuff up. You'll go back there, and especially if you're like us, and go to like the same one every sort of 3 or 4 weeks.
Their stock isn't
you see
moving.
the same item there like 3 or 4 weeks later, and you're like, if you had dropped $5 off this price, it would have been out the door. Like,
yeah, you would have taken it.
You'd be turning that stock over and over, but they just don't do it because they want that. They want as much as they can get out of hand, which I understand because we do the same thing when
Hold
you're
out
trying to sell it.
sometimes, but there's that pair of Adidas jeans in that Salvo's at $70 and has been there for like 8 months.
Are you specifically talking about Brad, the tip shop?
The tip shop.
You know the tip shop? Oh, it's so pricey.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I haven't found a tip shop around here.
They're worth looking at if you don't get bloody high street tip shops are us down the road here.
Oh my god!
All the other ones that we've been to have been great, but that one is like I don't know. They must think they're some sort of boutique tip shop business, or
I actually know. I know who prices the stuff there because I've chatted with her before.
Yeah, we've.
And I wanted to talk to her about it because she's actually really nice. And what they do there is they support disabilities. That actual place supports disabilities, and the workers who are all there. I don't know if you've noticed, they do have disabilities, and it's a really good cause. But they're not making any freaking money because no one's there ever. Because the jacket is $65 fucking.
Yeah, it's
that's the thing. We're like, we want to spend money here. We're out here
like trying to find money. It's like impossible to buy anything there. And there's literally a board game that's been sitting there for like 6 months that they want $25 on. I'm like, why? Like, how do you get to $25 on this? Like, what are you doing?
It's
like some of they had like a Holden shirt there the other day, a Holden shirt, which goes for about $5 now on eBay, was like $35. I'm like, you're not going to sell that. It's warm and gross and probably has like sweat all over it. So
that's a question for you. Do you guys wash everything and then iron it all before you list it, or
I steam.
Steam.
We got to start doing that. Yeah, we need to steam.
We'll steam or iron if we have to, but generally, if it's in good condition and doesn't have like an op shop smell, then we don't worry about it.
Yeah, I probably throw in like 3 pieces a week just with our washing.
But
I do the sniff test.
Yeah.
The sniff test.
I'd be happy receiving this if I bought it.
Yeah.
All right. What about if you brought it for yourself? You're not going to wear it straight away. You're going to wash it then, aren't you?
Definitely. Yeah, exactly. And anyone who's buying it doesn't wash it after they receive it.
Yeah. The thing is, if you
I wear things sometimes. I wear things straight away from the op shop.
But people don't when you buy something,
at the same time, if it smells, obviously I would wash it. But if it doesn't, if it smells clean, then I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll wear you.
The worst thing is you have
95% of the time I wash it.
The worst thing is you have one thing with cat hair and you put it in the bag, and then every other thing has cat hair.
No. See, that's why I would never wear anything straight away, because you might come out in a rash or.
Shout out to David. Past our.
It's good for your immune system, Rob.
David
Deals, Dylan, Ronnie.
Hello everyone in the chat. Hey, Bron.
Hey, everyone in the chat. Cheers for jumping in.
I was just saying that
I got some Mambo today, actually, not like vintage Mambo at the bins.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
Like boardies? Or?
It's not. Yeah, they're boardies, but they're not like amazing or anything, but they're really cool. I'll show you.
You're thrifting in my neighborhood. That's
Yeah.
Slipping, dude. Caught you slipping.
I was just saying, if that's David in the chat that we saw this morning, thanks for coming along.
Might be.
Oh, yeah.
Mambo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, looks cool.
Yeah, they're a bit worn, but I paid $22 for like 15 things or whatever.
That's not bad.
I would buy them. Yeah, they look good.
And then you're going to pay an extra $50 to get it all home because your luggage is going to be too heavy.
Actually, I came with a spare case.
Carry on.
That's like when we went to Darwin and we packed nothing and just brought back everything.
That's what I did.
I also have a wardrobe full of stuff I need to bring back as well.
That's what I do when I go to Bali. I take when we go for 7 days, I take 7 pairs of jocks. I wear my shirt and shorts over there, and that's it. And I take a suitcase so I can just bring shit back.
Yeah, it was David that was there this morning. So thanks, David.
That's cool.
Hey, David. Brian. All right, we got a few in here. All right, my next one that I was going to say was best brands of jeans that sell.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Everyone knows what brands we sell. If you've watched like one of our videos, you know, we say it every time.
You guys do a lot of, as in Brad and Jazz, you guys do a lot of nudie, don't you?
Nudie's great.
Yeah.
See, I'd never heard of that brand until you guys said it on
They're
the show.
very, very expensive new. Like new, they're like $220 plus, up to sort of $300-400. So they're definitely worth looking out for.
They're organic.
Yeah, they're a really good quality brand, and people love them. They have like a really good following. G-Star, obviously, but just be careful they're not fake.
Diesel
again.
Diesel. I saw some fake Diesel today.
How do you know they're fake?
We picked up some fake Diesel the other week.
Yeah.
Like,
So Diesel gets faked a
three was
lot.
fake. It was annoying.
Yeah.
And then like Kevlar lined, like motorcycle jeans. Harley Davidson does okay as well.
Like what's that main brand we saw? Dragon.
How do you know if they're fake though?
The Diesel.
Any of them?
Well.
You just get
yeah. Once you've bought a fake one and you look it up and you work out, you kind of learn as you go. Like we definitely bought fake Diesel to start with in G-Star, but there's a lot of videos online about it on YouTube, so you can just look up how to identify Diesel jeans or G-Star jeans or True Religion jeans.
Like the inner tag.
Yeah, tags are important. Studs, stitching, obviously.
Good quality zipper.
Yeah. So most of the good brands will have YKK zippers. So that's a good little thing to look out for. If you find a pair of True Religion and they're not YKK, then you know it's probably not.
Rob's writing this all down.
Probably not real.
I'm taking notes. Don't you worry.
But yeah, like we've definitely stuffed up in the past, and that's how we learned. Like it was just looking up and working out what to look for.
Yeah.
And I still don't pick up like Giorgio Armani and stuff like that very often because I'm still very like I haven't bought enough of it to understand it well enough.
Yeah.
And Prada shoes, I don't know much about them apparently.
You live and you learn.
Did you?
What else, Cara? What other ones did you buy? Oh, not your daughter.
Yeah, not your daughters. Actually, I saw some the other day. Which I didn't pick up because they were a bit gross, but Levi's still, like if you can pick them up, I don't generally pick them up for more than like a couple dollars because they're not worth it really, I don't reckon. I still pick up like Lee Riders if I can get them for like a couple bucks. I think there's a huge market for jeans and denim.
What's the cutoff price for all your main brands then?
Depends.
Because I saw the R.M. Williams, you say. I saw a pair of them. They just looked average to me. They wanted $15. I was fuck off.
Yeah.
We do, if they're in good nick, we occasionally pay $15.
Yeah, if it's R.M. Williams like moleskins, we'll pay sort of 15 to 18 if they're really good condition, and we know we're going to sell them for 59 to 69.
Regular jeans though.
Yeah, Diesel, depending on the style, like if you can find Diesel Larky, they're a really fast selling style of Diesel. We'll pay sort of 12 to 15 on those. RMs we will pay out, well, like I said, G-Star we've paid up to 20 before because some of those go really high.
True Religion on the other hand is going down.
Yeah, True Religion we won't pay over even 8 now.
And they're heavily faked as well, True Religion.
Yeah, True Religion are probably one of the most fake jeans, I reckon. So I wouldn't even bother picking them up anymore, to be honest. I wouldn't even.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was you, Brad, wasn't it? That one of your videos you picked up. I'm sure it was one of your videos. You picked up FUBU. Was it you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you listed them yet?
See that off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we sold them actually. Let me check.
We just got
The
good
missus said, "What's FUBU?" And I said, "It's the old '90s gangster."
I pick up Dada jeans as well. You know,
Yeah.
like it's pretty much the same sort of category, like Dada, those like the swooshy jeans, you know, remember and they like
I was filming today and I said Dada, and then I was like, I have no idea if that's how you say it. I said it 3 times.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
Cara.
definitely Dada. Yeah.
Well, what else would it be? How are you saying it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Ta-da!
we sold those FUBU ones for 45. So
Okay. What'd you pay for them?
I think we paid about 10 on those, so that's all right.
That's good.
Yeah. M&M jeans as well, like same category. Like if we're talking about hip hop jeans, that I found and sold multiple M&M jeans, like youth size as well, and I still got like $40 for those.
Is that when you cut Brad and Jazz off and you got to you pushed them out of the way because you got disqualified for that?
Yeah, that was one of the times she like glassed us and then ran away and stole some shoes.
Royal Rumble reselling.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you make me sound like such a bad person.
I'm pretty sure.
You can't lie what's on film.
It's okay.
Craig, you guys pick up a fair bit of jeans and all that as well, though, because your last video you got a fair bit of clothes.
We do, but it's probably like a small percentile. Then we don't actively go looking for it. Like clothes, especially jeans, is for me personally probably one of the last things I'll look at because love toys.
Yeah. We got to go to the toys and games first, of course.
The amount of times I'll pick up a pair of jeans, look at everything, think there's nothing wrong. There's no stains. There's no breaks. The hemline is all good. I'll get them home and I'll find something wrong with them, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy though because they still sell even hemmed and stuff. Like,
really,
if you describe it, they'll still sell.
See, I've got to always go to the games and the toys first, but now seeing such success from everyone else and all that, and watching your videos, everyone else's videos more and more, now I can't pass the shirts. Just this last 2 lots of thrifting, I've had to at least go through. Still don't know what I was getting and still didn't know what I was looking at, but I was still, having an idea and at least having a look and getting familiarized, even if I wasn't buying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it. You can watch 50 YouTube videos, but you don't know until your hands are on it and you're looking.
I think the thing with clothes is that, they're so abundant. Like, it's the most abundant thing in a thrift store, so your opportunity is a lot higher. But we love picking up hard goods because they probably turn over a lot quicker. So we've got probably 60% of our store would be clothing. So you do have to be careful with clothing because it can stack up really quickly, and it takes up a lot of room, and it's a slower turning item. But if you can get your hands on those higher end items, then it's definitely worthwhile. Like, it's probably a good 60% of our business, I'd say, is clothing. Yeah.
You get a fair deal.
Like higher than that, wouldn't you? You'd be probably 75% or something like that. Clothing.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
You too.
Yeah, a lot of clothes. But I think that's because, as you said, there's so much abundance of clothes, and that dollar store that I've got near me, I get a lot of shit from there, and I can go there and get 20 things, and that's $20, and like I'm gonna make $20 on one of those things. So that's what I like to do, but I'm flipping things for $1 into 20. It's not for everyone, but I still make at least a $10 profit, and I don't really mind that because I sell a lot of women's clothes, and I think because your guys, Brad and Jazz, model is like different. You're looking at mostly men's. You're maybe paying a higher price than I am, and then looking to flip for like 50, 60 plus. Whereas, I'm happy with that $1 into 20, but then also still looking for higher end items as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think women's in general is it's unless you know stuff really well, like Cara does, it's a harder market to really get a handle on, which is why we don't touch a lot of it. We'll do certain stuff like, Lululemon, really good Lorna Jane stuff, but I think it's a lot harder to grasp, and I think that women in general are looking for something really specific, whereas men, they'll just look for size 36 waist jeans. RM Williams, and be like, oh, yep, that'll do, like, because they don't care as much. So yeah, completely different model, but Cara knows the stuff really well, so it works well for her. Yeah,
I've got to admit, I haven't looked once through the women's. Stuff yet. I was just getting to know all the men's shirts and all that stuff, so I wouldn't have a clue where to start when we're looking through the women's stuff.
And Beck's been picking up some good women's gear lately.
Yeah.
I saw her.
Yeah, your partner.
Oh, the Aaron Williams jacket.
Oh, the Aaron Williams, yeah.
But she grew up in Europe. She's from Sweden, so she's grew up around a lot of the brands that she's introducing me to. All I wear when I was growing up was surfwear, like Bad Boy, Billabong, all that stuff. I was a surf rat. So
Growing up, I was a brand brat.
yes.
So I wore a lot of the G-Star, the Nudie, Swedish brands like Tiger and J. Lindeberg and a whole bunch of other ones. He wouldn't have a clue.
No.
I haven't even heard of those brands until these guys thrift them.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm in the same position as you, Rob. Like clothes for me, I'm still fairly new to it. The only reason I know clothes is because of Beck and because of the people there.
Yeah,
and the other one, I can't do this. Cara, I'm trying to do it that way. I got there in the end. Yeah. So, and like, look at my mum hustling. So, but once you grasp it, it's the biggest thing I think is like being a new person in clothes, because I'm probably one of those people, is the amount of getting used to the style names, especially with jeans, the type of cuts on the leggings or with jumpers, your anoraks, your pullovers, in order to like search them.
Jacket, blazer, whatever.
Grasping those.
I still struggle with that too.
Those names is as much as a task as actually learning the brands themselves, if not more, because a pullover of say Adidas could be worth a lot more in like the superstar, the classic style than the tracksuit version. So knowing how to learn those names is just important as knowing the brand names themselves, and that's something I still struggle with.
It is fun going through them. It's fun going through them and seeing if you can find some retro shirts, though.
Oh, yeah. I saw a Beavis and Butthead one the other day. Almost lost my mind. And then I saw the price on it.
Oh my god! It was this independent op shop in the middle of Brisbane.
Yeah.
And I walked past it the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen this one before." So we walked in there, and pretty sure they're
a fake op shop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like just selling
the ones
clothing.
that pose. Yeah, like literally, like shirts were like Beavis and Butthead shirt was $45.
Oh, that's more than we get for a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't have even sold that.
$45. I was like, no.
Yeah, so like a fake op shop. So you got to watch those ones too. We walked into
I
quite
need
a few
to-
of those. The fake op shops.
When we were there.
I need to look at shirts more, but they always overwhelm me because there's so many shirts. I'm just like, and you have to, like, with shirts, it's only one out of like 50 that is a really cool shirt. Whereas if I'm going through jeans, it's probably one in every 20 that I might find something cool. So it's just, I lose my like attention span to looking through that sort of amount of stuff too quickly. So I just like click. Nope. All right, I'll try to go somewhere else.
It's all new. It's all the shirts and the jeans are all new for me now. So I'm actually having fun flicking through them. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know that brand. So I'm just going through the shirts now. I'm hoping to find a retro shirt or a Sega shirt so I can fucking tease Craig with a Sega shirt.
If you see a Sega shirt and you don't send it to me, I'm hunting you down. I'll be like,
Sinister.
you don't know my skill set. I will find you and I will hurt you.
I'll represent
I agree with Craig
Nintendo.
though with the style names and stuff. And I just want to point out with women's stuff, like it's so important. Is like all your title is like that's everything, and plus your photo, because there's so many different things. Like I just sold this dress. I'll share my title. It's a cute pencil fitted dress. It's floral nude, white cat sleeve, corporate square neck.
You wrote all that.
Yeah, in the
I'd have been like, you weird looking dress. Something.
That's why Jazz does it all, mate.
Size. I draft everything, but we don't do women's like stuff like that.
We text
I'm like Lululemon workout pant, sick.
Oh, but you've got to put the style name for Lululemon because you will sell it for so much more money. I had a guy message me. He actually lives in WA as well. I told him to go onto Lulu Fanatics. I had it in my story, and he was just going to list this. I can't remember what it was, but he was going to list it for like $50, and then he found out it was actually a rare style, and he was going to sell it for like $100-something. So
yeah, it's definitely worth it with Lulu.
They
never even heard of Lulu.
When they get Lulu though, it's really hard.
Like if I would buy Lulu for myself, I cut the tag because it's just too long. It's like this long.
Yeah, we find a lot of them.
You gotta feel it. You gotta know the feel of Lululemon.
Yeah.
Wait, then you gotta feel the tag. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Creeper.
That's how I was doing at the bins today because have you been to the bins in Canning Vale, Rob?
Is that the one where it's like a big green logo and it's just cages of all bin, all shirts and all that? Went in there once and walked straight out.
It's scary, isn't it? It's like, holy shit, there's so much stuff.
And when I walked in there, it was like women galore in there going through the bins. It was like seagulls to a chip. They were just fucking going nuts, all these women.
What?
I got the hell out of there. I didn't know what. That was before I even knew anything about clothes. So
yeah, it's pretty hardcore, but I found some really cool stuff in there before.
So what they charge there?
So I think the highest price for clothes is $6 a kilo. So I got this bag today.
That's the barn, isn't it? It's the barn color.
I got all that for $22.
Shit.
So, yeah, it's work. You work at a workout, you get muscles doing it. But it's fun. I think it's fun. And but today my back started to hurt, and I was sort of just like hanging over the cages, like, and I'm like, I'm probably going to get some sort of disease doing this.
That's called the op-top barn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called the Mega Barn.
The Mega Barn. That's it. I've done one video there, and I walk straight in, I walk straight out.
I was watching a lot of Josh today. He went to the bins for the first time and he got back in his car afterwards and he was like, I brought this little hand wipe.
Well, actually, I wash my hands, totally after.
It's actually a dirty place. I reckon that place is a little bit dirty.
It's hell dirty.
It's very dirty.
Get in there.
It's average.
I don't mind getting a bit dirty.
You just throw me in.
Yeah, I just throw you in and just film you and it'd be funny.
I'd have to
like the shoes there are so gross. Like, because it's the last of the last. Like,
it's the last of everything.
It's the last. And most of the shoes are so fucking gross. And I touched some undies today and I was like,
why are people giving their undies to
condolences?
Your life is over.
Oh my god! I should have bought them and sold them on eBay. I reckon they would have sold for like $50.
Used panties, yeah, that would probably sell.
They would. Just put used underwear in the title.
Yeah, used underwear. Yeah.
First time I ever met Cara.
Seriously, I'm gonna eBay it. Hold on.
Yeah. Type it in now.
A lot of people will pay top dollar for used underwear.
I thought you were going to say
not underwear, panties.
Panties.
I thought Craig was going to say, I love used underwear.
I sell mine every week for $200.
Oh,
So that's why you don't have any.
That's why they all have holes in them.
Hang the pickles.
Oh, holy crap.
Is that sold?
the dark web. You need to list it that you'll send it to Japan. Japanese men they pay so much money for used underwear. It's
They
ridiculous.
love it. They love it.
Thanks, Tara.
There you go.
Like,
I don't know what's the rating on this because there's actually a thing with that. Like
They
men
weigh
will pay more
$80.
money if a
Yeah.
woman has had a visitor.
$80.
Yeah, like the
Are they
things
sold
that guys
listings?
pay for with that stuff is gross.
Hey, mate.
That's
Drew here.
crazy.
Oh, Bron was asking,
Anyway.
what do you guys sell? Craig and Beck, what do you sell?
Mainly video games, toys, retro electronics, pop culture stuff is like we've got one store dedicated just to that stuff.
That's the main stuff that we do sell, but we also do, well, minimal
Like clothing
Used
and stuff
underwear.
like that.
stuff.
And
like
that's like Beck's, like her store. But that's mainly supplemental. Like the biggest margins we get is from
that the other
my
stores,
my stuff, which is the video games and the
which
pop
is
culture.
everyone sells stuff like this.
Yeah.
But you keep 80% of it, don't you?
Not anymore. Not anymore. Like when I actually started selling, it was to fund the collection.
Yes.
Because
So
like
yes.
the collection, like my dollar values, essentially, I paid zero
Exactly.
because
Hi,
of
Zach.
reinvesting.
No, I did the same.
Yeah, and then it got to the point where like I was getting people, oh, can you buy this stuff? I'm like, I can't fit it. So I'd send the information to my reseller friend, and he would buy it and just list it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I doing that? Like, why? And so then we started doing it, and now like it's a big part of our income is actually comes from that. And because people know me from collecting, like not on YouTube, but like more so like Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I know a lot of the reps for the different companies. I get people contacting me wanting to sell stuff, so
How good is
I
that?
don't have to do much legwork. So it works
That's
out
good.
well.
That's good. While we're on the hunt, sweating it out, you're getting
Delivered.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like 90% of our stock is not thrifted. So
Yeah, he got there,
That's
Bron.
good.
He got there.
How many times a day do you type in Sega on Facebook Marketplace?
Too many.
I get alerts. I said I have Facebook alerts for so many keywords. Sega is one of them, but I honestly,
Same with eBay for him.
yeah, I think I bought up most of the Sega in my area. But the funny thing is I go in. There's a retro store on the Gold Coast near where Bron lives called Super Retro. And the amount of times I've caught them slipping on video games, I bought one game for $30. It's worth almost $2,000.
Whoa!
And that's like a store where it's their thing.
And that was only like 3 months ago.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So you'll be surprised what you can find where and catch people slipping when it's supposed to be their area of knowledge. So yeah.
That's nuts. That's nuts that you know your prices for your games. I'm going to get to the games in a second. Got a question. Do I collect VHS or just sell it? I only sell it. I used to collect all like the WWE and WWF old school stuff, but when I was collecting all the toys and all that as well, I ran out of room. So I was like you, Craig, mate, just started. We caught onto this bug and I jumped on the VHS thing because when you can pick them up for 20 cents and 50 cents each, and you can make $10 each for them,
Yeah.
and even $8 off 20 cents or 50 cents, who cares? Do it.
It was very interesting watching your show and tell video as well when you were describing it. Because for me, like I put like time as effort in like a dollar value as well. So like 20 cents, but if I'm spending X amount of time listing, X amount of time taking photos, putting that into it. But when you had that single buyer paying like $200 in one sale, and then your cost of goods was so low, it kind of like flipped my head a little bit. Like maybe there's something to this, like having smaller margins, but having that return buyers or the same buyer buying multiple off you.
It is a lot like like when I started doing it and working out, I was working out when I first brought them all, when I was buying them all for 20 cents and 50 cents, going, if I can just get $5 each for this lot that I had, we worked out when we brought them all, that's $5,000 if they went for $5 each. Do you know what I mean? So, but they're worth more than $5 each. We don't sell them for $5 each. That's what we're working out in our head going, it works out to a good return if people buy them in bulk. And this guy, like, for instance, he brought 24 videos off me. So that was, I only charged him $210, plus he paid $40 for shipping. And then a couple of weeks later, he bought another 12 videos off me, which was $110. So he brought over $300 worth of videos off me. A lot of work in each video, of course, as well, because individual photos and all that type of stuff as well. But in the end, you're making $8 to $10 off a 20 cent, 50 cents. You're laughing.
Was his name Kane?
I can't remember.
No, there's one like VHS collector who's ridiculous. He's on Instagram. He's Kane Collects, and he's got like probably the biggest VHS collection in Australia. So
Oh, really?
I'd be surprised if it was him. Can I just ask you a favor? I need to turn on the air conditioning, but it's really loud. Can you guys tell me if it sounds bad?
Yeah, turn it on.
Switch.
Flip it.
Do it.
Turn it
Okay.
on.
How does is that a really bad sound or is that not so bad?
It's fucking horrible.
She's not wedding shopping. Why is she not on the video?
You got to come and say hello now.
Just rub your head in. Just so you know you're not a mythical creature.
No, she's just got home. That's why I just got a new beer suddenly. She said she's going to send this email and then come and say hello.
I can't even hear that thing either. So
No, thank God.
You can't hear me?
We're starting to.
I know we
You should
can.
have done it sooner.
All right, let's see what this guy's name was. Okay. It was a few back. His name. How good's your cassette tapes say? I told you cassettes sell as well. When you can pick them up for 50 cents and all that, you get good money for them.
I'm obsessed with them now.
Right? I was listening to more today.
Yeah, we found some in the shed.
The things that we'd chucked in the shed and gone worthless, now we're like rummaging through.
The guy. What did you say the guy's name was?
Kane.
Nah, it's Mark.
Oh, okay.
And he's in Adelaide.
No deal.
Adelaide.
Oh, my God.
And he goes
Adelaide.
to live in Adelaide.
You need to send his details to Brad, and Brad can just like shifty deliver.
On the slide.
Yeah.
There you go. You got an Adelaide buyer, mate. Go find some videos and buy them.
So many sellers and buyers.
Got about 3 tubs of them in the shed too.
Of what?
VHS.
VHS.
Oh, really?
Not
You
good
haven't gone
ones.
through them?
There's some decent ones in there. Yeah. I haven't gone through them all yet, no.
Oh man, if you got some horrors in there, and if you got some nice big clamshells, you're gonna love it.
Some sci-fis as well.
Are you joining in?
Sci-fis,
Oh, she's joining in.
Welcome.
I got my
He's got a drink too. He's on.
This is Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
Nice to meet y'all.
Instead of a voice. You're not smoking in the car.
No, you don't do that.
Is there the clothes will smell?
The clothes will smell, the car stinks, gets in the aircon filter, it's no good.
So this is
Put the clothes in a plastic in a bin bag and close it, and then it wouldn't make
Do
the
you
clothes.
say plastic in this climate?
so this is Cara. This is Cara, Beck and Craig, and Jazz and Brad.
Ah,
And you watched them all. You know who they all are,
Yes.
but they don't know who you are. And
I didn't
that's the live chat that happens.
yeah.
So Kelly's going to start coming out and looking for clothes,
Yeah.
Sweet.
and maybe in the new year after the wedding stuff's all finished, because it ain't easy.
I actually just posted 2 things on eBay myself.
Nice.
And rather than go to Rob, I actually watched the tutorial on YouTube.
So I walked in and she'd been watching.
Who was he?
He'd been watching Rally Routes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A good one to
You
watch.
watch my channel. I got an own tutorial on there from a few months ago, and you watched Rally Roots.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I just posted, what did I post? A dress,
A dress.
a Forever
and
New dress, and a hair curler. So we'll see how I go. It's not really my thing, but I'm going to try.
You got to start
Why
somewhere.
not?
Yeah.
As long as you enjoy it, like that's a part of the reason a lot of people do
Yeah.
this is because they enjoy it. They enjoy
Yeah.
the sourcing, and it's a journey. So just keep doing what you're doing and enjoy the ride.
You'll never stop.
Yeah.
them.
it'll be good
Be
fun. And we can go
consistent.
every weekend. We can go have lunch and a beer afterwards at one of the things. So there you go. There's an incentive.
I'm in.
Done.
Not like the first time. I think I was asleep in the car.
Oh yeah, she slept in the car.
Yeah, we got to the bed, and I was like, I'm just going to sit this one out. I had to sleep in the car.
I found heaps of video games that day. It
You
was
need
good.
to like thrifting is like, you need to like build up a stamina for thrifting. I think you have to like, you hit walls. Yeah, Cara's like, don't go out with two Aussie thrifters.
Oh, hey, I go out for like 7 hours by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Cara's the one that goes out with Brad and Jazz,
Okay.
and she tries to steal all their stuff before they get it.
Yeah.
She doesn't try, she does. She's done a pretty good job so far.
Mm.
She's got us covered.
So
Stop the police.
the last video, Kelly didn't see the last video. Yeah, she was pushing them out of the way and getting all the stuff first. So
Yeah.
she was disqualified.
Good
And,
on you. Yeah.
yeah,
All's fair in love and thrifting.
disqualified.
There's no
Yeah,
crazy
disqualified. You have to
on
see those
resale.
boots.
So Zach says, "Hey Kelly." Sinister says, "Hi, Mrs. VHS." And
Hello.
Bron says,
Hi.
"I picked up my mugs today. My V8, not the stubby holders. I didn't get them made yet, but I got Dog Shit Day and VHS Thrifter mugs made. But not until we got 500 subs, and that's Alex.
Everyone thumbs up this video as well to bring new people in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
500. When he gets to 1,000, he's going to do a nudie run across the Fremantle Dockers.
No, I
What
want
do
to
you
get
call it?
it.
The field?
I'll do it somewhere.
I'll do it.
I'll do it somewhere else.
I'll do it.
That's an expensive nudie dash if it's on the footy.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe it's still a game.
Yeah, that's a little bit more low key. We can do that.
So, Brad, when me and Brad put a bet on,
We
Jazz
did.
probably doesn't even know about it. Jazz doesn't know about it.
Yeah. I've already told him off, don't worry.
I got told off.
Because I think there's already, 10 bets going now with his mates at work and home. So, never end.
It's going to pay for it anyway, so that's fine.
So what is this bet now? Because now you've mentioned it, but you haven't given context.
We just we put a $50 Dan Murphy's voucher on either the Crows or Fremantle winning, getting higher on the ladder. So if Freo get higher than Crows, I owe Rob a $50 Dan Murphy's voucher. If not, Rob will send it and Jazz will steal it, and she'll probably buy herself on it.
Yeah,
Well, Kelly will probably steal it and open it.
exactly.
But I'm going to drink that carton. Oh, I'm going to like that carton. We're finished.
Is that you're gonna have to spend $100 if you're going to be drinking a carton, because you're not going to be drinking my carton.
Premiers this year. Premiers this year. Don't. Oh, that's right. Fucking Craig's an Eagles fan. All right. What?
No comment.
I forgot about that. All right. So the other one that I wanted to talk about was books. Do you guys get into books? Because I hate going through books.
I love books.
I mainly only do it for myself.
I like books.
Books are so easy to read, so easy to look up with the photo function on eBay. Like I can spend 15 minutes trying to look up a piece of clothing, whereas like books I can go scan barcode, bang, 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 and at least get like a little bit of an indicator.
There's one we sold yesterday or the day before, $54.95.
Amazing, yeah.
That would have been like $3 or $4 probably.
$4.
$4.
apparently.
You have to make sure that the edition's up to date on the textbooks though,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
like university textbooks,
They
the
change
iterations.
over a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and more
Especially
and more
science
people want
ones.
second-hand textbooks.
Business.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, we
I
like
still haven't.
textbooks, but I like kids' books. Kids' books any day of the week.
Oh, kids' books rock. I'll look at kids' books. I won't look at the adults' books.
Yeah.
We've received,
Yeah.
so we've received some books
For free.
for free.
Yeah.
And we've just sold both of those packs. One we sold for like $90. It was a collection of 12.
Like but like these,
Complete collection of it.
it wasn't even complete. No.
No.
But-
Was the Saddle Club? Was it?
No, it was Pony Pals and horse riding, like horse books.
I love Pony Pals.
Of course
Yeah,
you do.
just
Pony
like,
Pals.
horse riding books just seem to sell 4 sets now. Like low investment, like good return and quick sellers for
Low
us.
investment as in free.
Yeah,
Always good.
yeah. Sorry, we're hijacking. Cara, Brad, Jazz, you guys said textbooks. Cara?
No, I don't do textbooks because it's boring. But I'll do like fiction, and I like to find books with like a lot, sort of like you said, the Pony Power, like putting them all together. That's how I make a bit of money. And one of my op shops, I get them for 20 cents each. So cheap. Any book at all is 20 cents each. So even the kids' books, like I'll get them for 20 cents each. So I could get a set and then I could sell them for like $20. And I'm still making quite a bit of profit on it.
I saw a Stephen King going out the other day from Cara's shelf.
Yeah, I do sell.
Old or?
It's like, yeah, so I only get the first edition usually, unless it's a really good cover, because a lot of people collect the Stephen King because of the covers, and they collect like all the different ones because like there's the UK edition, there's like the US edition, so there's like lots of different types. And I sometimes get Stephen King for like 50 cents. So I'll pick it up if it's in good condition, if it's cheap enough. If it's rare, I'll pay a little bit more. But there's some stuff, like I collect Stephen King as well because I love Stephen King and I love horror books. And I love, I pick up books because I like the covers, like all the old sci-fi stuff. And I love having them on my shelf because I think they look wicked.
That's what I used to do with video.
Yeah.
Just for the cover.
I do read them eventually, but I've got so many freaking books. It's ridiculous.
That's what we did actually. We brought off Gumtree. Someone wanted $20 and there was like 50 Star Wars novels. And we probably could have flogged them off and looked them up, but they're all on my shelf. I've kept them. Yeah. And then every time I go to the markets and all that, I never put it in my thrift haul and show and tell and all that. I put them on my shelf. I find them for 50 cents or $1. Old Star Wars books, the novels. I'll keep them. So it's kind of hard when you go thrifting and you keep shit for yourself.
Yeah.
Accumulate
I
crap.
think the same with Goosebumps. All Goosebumps books stay with us.
Oh, you keep them?
Books that I think our niece, I could read to our niece that I read when I was a kid, like Thomas the Tanks and all that. So, but yeah, like we have so much success with textbooks and pregnancy ones as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you can bundle them up as well. So many people get up the duff.
Yeah.
We are going to do a home thrift.
A home thrift. Yeah, we're going to do a home thrift.
So maybe some of those books that you've got.
Oh, no, Star Wars won't go.
No, they may.
They won't sell that or worth anything.
No. So not this week's episode because I already did the thrifting for this week's episode. But next week, because it's the week before Christmas, I'm not going to any stores. It's going to be busy. So we're going to go around the house and just house thrift and find crap that's old, that's we've brought and all that. Like one of the things I think I was telling Craig a couple of weeks ago, I found in the bottom of my dress. Yeah, I got dress up stuff for when we get drunk and we play dress ups.
You're making us sound really weird.
But I've got an old. I worked at KFC when I was a teenager, and my old 1997 KFC jacket is in there.
Oh,
whoa!
I know who won that.
I watched it. It did not come up good.
Retro Rescuers.
Sale, hit up Resco Retroers for that.
Well, one sold for 180. The exact same one sold for 180 on eBay.
Shit.
Yeah.
Easily.
Easily.
I don't think you ever washed yours ever.
Probably not.
And then it was put in a box. For years.
I don't even
add
wash my
to the
uniform.
value.
Maybe.
I don't even wash my uniform now. I wear this. I wear the same.
I guess it's not pennies, so maybe it will devalue it.
But and what else was in there? There was a from some other dress-up party. A
No, get this. Rob's got an Olympic tracksuit.
An Olympic tracksuit. It's a green 1996 Atlanta. Where was it? Atlanta, wherever it was. Yeah, 1996 official Olympic tracksuit.
In his size.
In my size.
That's sick.
Okay.
That was
So we're going to go. That made us go, you know what? Let's go through more boxes and see what I haven't unboxed since we've been living here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Don't you get any ideas?
Oh.
See, Beck, there's heaps of games on the shelf if you want to sell them off and, buy yourself.
Cupboard.
Oh yeah, like we have
I got
in one of the spare rooms, the one like behind us here actually. In that wardrobe, it's full with
collector's
editions.
Yeah.
It's like you open up the door and you're like, okay, I'll just close to you again.
I've got like 2,000 games on the shelf. I probably got the same amount in cupboards.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
You've got to display them. What's the point of having them if you don't display them?
We don't have the space to display all of them.
There's heaps of space there behind you.
But they need to be displayed together with all the other shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, stuff.
I don't like all PlayStation is in cupboards.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Beck. I understand your pain.
I kind of collect a little bit myself.
PlayStation, yeah. She's worse than me.
No, I'm not.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
So I used to have 3 glass cases of all wrestling figures. It was full, wasn't it? It was full to the brim. So I got thousands of wrestling figures. So that's one thing we're going to go through, that box of wrestling figures. We sold those glass cases when we started doing this thrifting stuff because I needed room for shelves to put all my shit.
Yeah.
So got to start going through stuff and selling. So there's a little bit of a challenge for you as well. Go through the house and see what you got.
Mm-hmm.
So because what are you going to put that money towards?
What?
Is a $50 voucher for me at the end of the year where he's going to put it forward.
50.
It just stays in the kitty.
Well,
It's
funny thing, you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do if I do lose that bet? I'll put the name on the when I post the voucher. I'll put it to Jazz's name, so then Jazz will get the mail. Jazz will get the mail.
To deliver wine intravenously.
yeah.
I don't believe that was part of the deal.
Yeah, it wasn't part of the deal, but I don't like losing. All right, so another one.
Bottles of my favorite cheap sangria.
Jigsaw puzzles. Now, I've brought heaps of jigsaw puzzles that have been plastic wrapped, and I don't have any luck with them. Do you guys go through many of them, or stop buying them, or?
I hate them, but we haven't tried to sell them. I don't think.
I think it depends on there's how many stores do you walk into that have jigsaw puzzles. It's the same with clothes. It's like comparing JJ's to R.M. Williams or something like that. There's going to be puzzles that are worth money, and it doesn't matter if it's sealed. If it's a shit puzzle, it's still worth shit.
Or even if it's a good puzzle, but there's 50 listed.
Yeah. We don't pick them up much. We did a bit of Ken Duncan stuff, which didn't go well.
Yeah, but I just wanted to do them.
Yeah, but
And then
we tried doing a puzzle and we gave up. It was fucking too hard.
It was a kiss one.
It was a Kiss one. It was a Kiss concert, and all the flames were just, there was too much red, and then it was too hard. Too hard.
It was meant to be therapeutic, but it was anything but.
No, I hated it. I hated every second of sitting there doing it.
I think in the UK they're a lot more desirable because they have to spend so much time indoors. But well, that's what they say. They say that they sell a lot of games over there because they're inside so much. Whereas in Australia, we're more outdoors based nation, so
Not anymore. All the generation now are all nerds and want to stay inside and play games.
Yeah, it's true.
Nothing wrong with that, Craig. I'm nerd too, but we all want to stay inside and play games.
Yeah, but I even in the when I was a kid, I would stay indoors and play games. Like, once a nerd, always a nerd. But I'm the only one that looks through the jigsaws, and I only do ones that are made out of wood, and kids ones and sealed, or retro ones. Not like doing myself. I'm not like special or something.
He doesn't have the patience.
So I'm gonna get this 8-piece puzzle and see what happens.
Yeah. I did it! Are you proud?
Craig's
Craig's
the one that used to put the little wooden triangle in the hexagon and go, why is it not going in?
if you jam it in there hard enough, it'll work.
It will.
No.
Like that movie Idiocracy, what the world is turning into.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of my jigsaws now. We're going to lower the price on those and get rid of those because we need room for clothes when we do the clothes thing and all that. And I told you guys about the $110 sale of the shirt today. Couldn't believe it for the first shirt. We haven't listed the Crows. Haven't listed the Crows jersey yet. Haven't taken photos of that yet, but that one should sell.
Is that green?
How many lows of shirts did you have to get to before you got to that one?
Those lows.
Lows, yeah, there was heaps of lows there. But it was the tiki. There was a little tiki god that was on there. So, but like I said, I thought it was Mambo. So straight away I was like, oh, yeah, what's nose to the hose or whatever it is? And then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Hose on the nose.
Hose on the nose on the hose.
Is that a hang 10 variation?
I have no idea.
Because that's what it stands. Toes on the nose is a surfing term for like hang 10, putting your toes on the nose of the surfboard.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Plush toys. Now that was the other one.
We've got so many.
We got so many plush toys. I haven't listed a lot of our plush toys, but these guys. I know Craig buys plush toys, and then he keeps them too. In the background there.
Yeah.
It's because he's Sega. Well, they're both Sega. Yeah, that's it.
You got to stop.
I buy plush. But very specific plush. It has to be. I did the same thing as probably everyone does. Like you just buy it because it's cute and you think it's gonna sell, but it ain't gonna sell.
Yeah.
I get stuff that's really specific, like sort of rare, sort of plush, which is hard to find. Like you're not gonna find a rare plush most of the time. So yeah, but yeah, pop culture sort of stuff and vintage bears and things like that. I'm always on the lookout. I sold one the other day for $40 that I got in a filler bag for $5, so that was good.
Nice.
It was from the 70s.
That's when we first started actually. That Care Bear.
Yeah.
One of our first thrifts. I just remember now. And you were walking around the markets with me.
That was the first thing.
She found a Care Bear, but it was an elephant, and that sold. And we got 20 cents, and that sold 20 cents, 50 cents. That sold for $30 or $35, and we spun out because it sold straight away. So then we brought a whole heap of Care Bears every time we went to the markets, and they were selling. But then suddenly, it just stopped. The Care Bear sales just stopped.
That was a Care Bear friend. That's why.
Care Bear friend one with a trunk, elephant.
Something like that.
But if you find a Care Bear with a trunk, get it. Just grab that shit because Care Bear friends apparently they're good, but. We got a few plush toys.
Maybe we can sell your Alf.
I'm not selling my Alf doll. Not selling my Alf doll.
Yeah, I sold Alf. Alf sold for $70 for us.
You picked them up for $3?
$4. It's in one of our friends' thrifting videos that we picked that one up. So, but yeah, I think we like plushies personally. But we sell them on Facebook Marketplace because a lot of them are big.
We sell the big ones on Marketplace, and
Yeah.
the smaller ones we put on eBay.
90% of us sell on Facebook Marketplace, but we're very specific. Care Bears, Build-A-Bear, especially if it's a Build-A-Bear. We got one Pokemon one, and it's supposed to make it's supposed to make a Pokemon noise. And I played it, and it was a Star Wars theme song.
Yeah. Oh my God,
so that was
what was it? Ninetales?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like no, it wasn't. It was Eevee, but Eevee. Yeah, that sold in 5 minutes because it was
Eevee or Flareon?
No, it's Eevee. That like so you have specific types of plush. Pokemon, like I have so many Pokemon plush, especially if they say Pokemon Center. If it says Pokemon Center, the only Pokemon Center in the world is in Japan, so they're only sold in Japan. So if it says Pokemon Center,
if they
pick it
have
up.
tags, we definitely pick.
Yeah,
Definitely the Pokemon.
yeah,
Yeah,
Pokemon
something
sell
Muppet last
really
week
well.
on tags.
Yeah, we did sell a Muppet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I go with Disney Parks is good as well, because people actually buy stuff from like Disney Parks in Paris and Tokyo and like all the different ones, because you can't get them anywhere else except the parks. So they're good as well.
The only
Okay.
thing we find with Disney is that they never put their stupid years on
the
them.
years on them that makes it hard. Although if it says Walt Disney, it's an older one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it did used to say Walt Disney at the start of Disney shit, didn't it?
Yeah, so we picked up a vintage Minnie Mouse, and I think she's from the 80s, and it says the Walt Disney Company, so you can track some of that thing. But yeah, a lot of Disney stuff doesn't
Oh,
have the
Indiana
years.
Jones Mickey.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones Mickey we sold one.
Yeah, look out for the Indiana Jones Mickey Mouse. That was pretty good.
Yep.
I don't know much
Sega
Sega.
Mickey Mouse and send it to me.
Yeah.
My Alf was not the talking version. Mine was from the 80s when I was a little kid. And I've still got it. We've still got it here, and it's never going anywhere. That was just the original.
1986.
Must have been something like that. It was the first Alf doll that came out. It's the best. I'll never get rid of that. But I sold. You saw in the last show and tell the Animaniacs plush that I got from the market. I got that one from the market only a month ago, and that only took a month to sell. And that was a 20-cent doll, and they paid $20 to buy it, and they paid $25 to get it sent over to them to the UK where it cost $25. So they must have really wanted Animaniacs doll. So look out for Animaniacs.
They're discontinued. Like a lot, I guess. If you are looking at stuff, you look for discontinued shows and stuff. Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, all those things.
Yes.
They're not in production anymore. So I guess potentially part of the value in that is they're not doing new runs of that except for pop vinyls because pop can do everything.
Pop do everything.
So there's going to be no new versions of it anymore. So if you want it, you're going to have to get that version. And same with Alf. Alf, how often do you see Alf things? So
No, you never see Alf.
Yeah, exactly. So the value is it's being discontinued.
And if you see it, grab it.
Yeah.
And keep it.
Yeah.
Don't sell that. Don't sell Alf. But Jazz, so you're only doing a couple of days of work now a week, yeah? Because you're doing all the sending off every day?
I work Tuesday to Friday.
Oh, I thought you were only doing a couple of days now.
I've just cut back 8 hours, so I have Mondays now.
Oh, okay. So Monday's free to list.
It's pretty good. It's actually made a big difference.
Yeah.
And tonight's not being at work.
80s Alf is going for 200 plus.
200.
Yeah, no, the wedding can suffer. The wedding can suffer. I'm not getting rid of Alf.
We've paid for the wedding now, pretty much.
Pretty much.
That'd buy you 4 gift vouchers to send me at the end of the year.
We can. Yeah.
Yeah. Type something in the chat so that people can follow your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Mine?
Game on couple.
On it.
On it. Sorted. It's happening, Bron.
How do I put my that's someone
You click there.
what? No, I don't know how to put my link to the channel. How do you put your link to it?
I don't know.
If you just type in the chat, it should people will be able to click on the little three.
Oh, okay. All right. Should have come up. Oh shit! I spelled it wrong as well. Hold on. No. Oh well. I'll do.
It doesn't matter.
Delete it.
Kelly pushed my hand.
Oh my
and
God.
I saw her. It was on purpose.
It was on purpose. You disqualified. All right.
totally
We're the
was.
same person, Kelly.
Disqualified. Now,
That one.
here's disqualified. Now, here's one for you. Best brands of shoes for you.
Prada?
RM.
Prada.
No.
Is there a movie?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
clearly don't know crap about Prada, so I don't talk about that.
What? Yeah.
Fight me.
What sell the most? Not Crocs. Don't say Crocs, Cara.
Avianas.
40 bucks.
You kill it with the shoes. You both kill it with the shoes.
We like
Gee, well,
street
we-
shoes personally. Like we don't do the high end one. Yeah, we love the sneakers, but a lot of what we buy is like things that we think are cool more so
Like
than
we have a few
probably.
heels and stuff from. We got some Nine West and some Tony Bianco, but they haven't sold in 6 months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Ours
Tony,
either.
Yeah.
Tony, you gotta be beware of Tony Bianco.
Yeah. The reason we like
I don't touch it.
sneakers is because we don't know much, I guess, in that
Yeah.
area. And you can put in the article number in the shoe tag and find out everything you need to know about it. So for somebody who doesn't have knowledge of, like for us, for example, with shoes, we stick to sneakers because the ability to look up the information and get it freely is super easy.
Yeah, I think sneakers is a really good place to start, and then you can sort of like
Hiking.
start branching out to like hiking, boots, and then if you're really game, start moving into the women's stuff. But
Birkenstocks.
yeah, Birkenstocks are
Yeah.
awesome.
And I never
All
want to.
comfort shoes are good. Yeah, any ugly shoes are good.
Comfort shoes are thongs.
Yeah,
True. If you want to sell your old songs, that's cool.
That's all I wear. That's all. Unless I'm going to work, I only wear thongs. I hate wearing shoes.
Anything
Hate
that a nurse would wear for
Yeah.
8 hours a day.
but even if you
Yeah.
start if you start looking and you start in a very like specific area, if you start looking at running shoes, you're going to be looking at like your Asics Keanos and your Asics Dimbus, and then you can sort of start like looking up other sold comps, and you'll start seeing other types of like specific Nikes will sell, but not every pair of Nike you see. It's a very specific market. So
Yeah.
Today
we sold a pair of Superman patterned Converse.
yeah, some Converse, like the unique styles. But it takes a while to sort of like develop that.
I remember
Like-
Converse actually.
Yeah.
They got the star on the side.
You would have had cons.
No, I never wore them. I used to wear when I was in the 90s. I used to wear DBs. You remember DBs?
Kind
Desert
of.
boots. They used to have the black with the I was a
And
bogan
suede.
from Mandra.
Did you wear the snappy
Shoes
pants
are-
as well?
The what?
The snappy pants, the editor's snappy
we
pants.
added the snap.
Nah, I didn't wear
I had
them.
some of those when I was a kid.
I wore footy shorts a lot. Footy-
Shoes are like a crazy good market though. Like if you can find the right stuff, you can make some serious
Oh.
money.
Doc Martens.
Doc Martens, Keen, another really good brand.
You know all these brands, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boots, look out for stuff like Fry, F
Fry.
R-Y-E,
Yeah.
Fry, and
Oh yeah.
also Ariat is
Like
another
Fry.
good one. Twisted X, which you don't see very often in Australia. It's a good brand as
Twisted
well.
X. Okay.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah,
I
it's,
found one pair.
we found one pair in the whole time we've been doing it. But they took like $90
Mm.
We
And
do
then
a
if
lot of snowboard boots.
Yeah,
But
just
that's
Yeah,
our
maybe.
area of
Well,
knowledge. as
snowboard
well.
boots would be hard to post though, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
We do a lot of like Facebook group stuff with that stuff
We do.
because
Yeah.
we've done seasons in the snow and that.
Like
And
I personally grew up skiing and snowboarding,
Come
so
up
I
here.
know most of the high-end
Yeah,
brands.
and we've done seasons in Australia,
Canada.
Japan, Canada, and like the recommended retail price of those start at $280 normally.
They're so crazy, aren't they?
Like,
Yeah.
even
We sold a nice pair of Burtons
our
once.
own-
Yeah.
Burtons.
Yeah. So we sell that stuff, but like I guess, but you got to pick your market with that. So selling it on
pick
eBay.
when you want to post it on eBay and stuff as
Yeah,
well.
because postage on something like that is $25 for like a pair of boots. So, but if you can hit up like the forum groups and that, like especially this time of the year with people going to Japan, and you can find a pair of boots for like $15 for somebody who wanted to do a season, bought all the gear, and then decided they weren't doing it. Most of the things you find in op shops are near new with that stuff as well. So,
Yeah. Some are like the good mid to high end of certain brands, but some of it are Aldi brand, obviously.
Especially if they're Nike. If they're Nike don't make snowboarding boots anymore, so you can sell them for like close to $1,000.
Yeah,
so
Craig used to have a pair himself, and you actually sold them in the end.
No, I still have them. I'll never sell them because they're the best.
The white ones.
Oh yeah, I sold them. Yeah, I sold them.
So he's had 2 pairs.
Yeah.
The other pair, he did a season in them, and then he did a shoey,
and I still wear them to this day.
I'm
a dirty person.
Shoey. Well, the good thing is at least none of the alcohol would have got out of the boot because they're waterproof, so you could go.
True.
And you took the liner up too.
I did, but like I'd wear those because I was working for Perisher at that time,
So
and
you
I had
wore them
never
8
washed
hours
the
a day.
liners. I worked 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. Never washed them. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Maybe if one of our teams win the premiership, Brad, the other person can do a shoey.
I don't think either of us are in
Out of
danger.
my snowboarding boot.
I don't think you have shoes.
Not you, not Craig.
Rob doesn't own enclosed shoes.
Craig's not involved because he goes for the. What do you got there? Craig's
Eagles.
got the Eagles, and I'm not fucking putting bets on the
What do you
Eagles.
have?
What is that?
I got these today as well. This is a good women's brand. It's Solsana.
So what?
Solsana.
Solsana. These were only $1, and I'll probably get about, even though they probably need a little bit of cleaning, but they'll probably sell for about $40. So
Wow.
but there's some of the other stuff in good condition. It's just like a really sought after brand at the moment, I think, because of like the block heel. Women like this because it's easy to walk in.
Yeah.
And this, sorry, that looks gross, but the square toe is really the square toe is really popular. So yeah.
Comes
Wash
with
your
free
hands.
toe jam.
Solsana.
Sultana.
Yeah, Solsana.
Sultana.
That's how we
Sultana.
like Sultana shoes.
See, the only problem I've got that I think will happen is when Kelly's going to come thrifting, right? It's going to be a lot like Beck on the videos when she goes with Craig, and she puts all these things in the basket, and Jazz does too. And these girls want to.
Yeah.
I think it costs double now. It costs double.
We get
Thrifting.
excited. We don't have to pay for
Hey,
That's, yeah.
if
To
you
be
don't
fair,
do
Jazz is
resell and want
quite
good
good.
shit, go thrifting.
Yeah, and I always find that I'm paying for this.
Oh yeah, Rob always pays.
80% of the time. So just like have 2 baskets, the keep and the sell, and like you pay for your stuff, and this is the sell stuff. So
No,
'cause it
Rob
gets
always pays.
expensive.
Beck's going to use Craig. Beck's going to use
At
Craig's
least
card
buying
anyway.
it at retail, like it's better than going to the shop and spending $100 on a pair of shoes or whatever.
This
Yeah.
is true.
And I
This is
tell
true.
Brad, I'm like, I haven't bought new clothes in over a year. I deserve it.
But you know, the worst thing that happened was Jazzy found this. Well, no, I think I found. Did I find the Kathmandu's and then you stole them off me?
No.
So I think I found this really nice pair of Kathmandu hiking boots, and they were like pristine. Like they were like, I don't think they'd ever been worn. I was like, this is like $80 to $90 because they were like so good. And I showed him Jazz, she's like, oh, that looks like my size. I'm like, that's a $90 pair of shoes. Like, don't. And yep, there.
Yeah, and they saved my foot from a nail. So, hello, saved a trip to the hospital, money in the bank.
No.
Hey.
Investment.
Take the nail in the foot, and you'll be right.
You'll be right. Brad will catch it up for you.
Have you ever brought, including jeans and shirts and all that, any of you guys, have you ever brought like anything that's had a hole in it that you haven't seen?
Have we ever?
And every time you go to Thrift, because they're so
All the
poorly,
time.
yeah, they're
Or
so
bleach
poorly
stuff.
lit that you can't possibly catch all the stuff. And then when you get it under like really bright light, you see those little stains that weren't there when
Or
you
the
were looking at it
missing
normally.
button on the
Or you
nitties.
put your hands in the pockets and they don't have any
Throw it
pockets.
away.
I remember that video.
It's for jeans, but yeah, it happens to everyone. Like,
We were filming a haul with Cara once, and you're like,
Oh,
and I got
here.
these nudies, and I unrolled the case, and I was like, these are trashed.
there's a like pair of Iron Williams like moleskin. And yesterday I was about to list them. I was like, oh, awesome. Oh, hang on, there's no button.
Ah,
Oh no.
So that's like now an item that I can't sell for $60.
but can't you get an Williams button?
Oh, I probably could,
Surely.
but
You could probably still chuck them up for like $20.
yeah, probably.
True.
We'll take the
Yeah, I
button,
would.
the nudies that have the hole, and put them on the nudies that need the button.
I knew.
It's a
I saw
random
this dress.
operation.
I saw this dress once. It was a vintage dress, and I totally didn't see this massive hole in the back of it. It was like from the dress. It was huge as well. It was like not like a tiny hole. It was like
Someone
I
had
was
a
like,
bad
what?
day and just blew out the back.
Just like it was like right near the zipper. You know, they tried to zip it up and it's gone like this. Anyway, I didn't want to chuck it out because I couldn't get. I don't donate it back because like people shouldn't be donating this stuff anyway. They should be using it as freaking rags or something.
Yeah,
but not
that's what we do.
that dress. I still sold for $20,
Yeah.
Crazy.
So you
even though I had
don't,
this hole in it.
you don't try and fix it?
I suck at sewing.
That alone.
Send it to me.
She's good at that stuff.
Send it to you. I will, Beck. Next time I'll send you all my broken clothes.
You hand this and send it back to me. I need them for a bio. Wow.
Actually, today I found this silk.
What's that?
What's that?
Coasters.
She makes like
Oh,
ridiculous
wow.
things and like yeah,
Nice.
like covers and she's good with the sewing machine. I don't know how.
I grew up with a mom who quilts.
Skill.
Kitty.
Get there.
No. She said no.
That means you can get old used T-shirts, vintage ones that are ripped and all that, but it's still got the cool picture, and then you can sew them into a cushion cover.
Or you
We
can
just sold
make
them
them
trash.
as
We
well.
sold big day out shirts that were
Oh,
ruined.
Yeah, we had some
Yeah.
96, 97 big day out shirts, and they had like a hole in the armpit, and they were like destroyed.
Stained.
And we got $40 each for them.
Wow.
There was some good bands on it there. There was some.
Yeah, there were. I saw that. That was crazy.
But the graphic was the only good
Yeah,
bit. The
yeah.
T-shirts were horrible.
Destroyed.
And then he left
And
us
we got
feedback
good feedback,
saying,
yeah.
in excellent condition.
I
We
was
were
like,
like,
are you still on? Are you still on drugs from the 90s or?
Big day out, man. Shit. Was that the lineup? Did it have chili peppers on it? Is that why it sold?
There was no chili peppers. I'll find it and I'll read them out to you because there's some. some good
Oh, no,
ones.
Chili Peppers was 2000.
Something was Metallica. We sold 2 of those. But like in our area is where Big Day Out is. So like same with Bron, we actually see a lot of Big Day Out clothing.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
shirts
really?
and stuff.
Craig actually used to
Oh.
live like 500 meters from where they did the big day out. So you
Oh.
could listen to his balcony.
It was cool.
That'd be
I listened to
cool.
Metallica from my balcony. It was
There was a 96 one who had the Prodigy Spider-Bait Sidewinder Regurgitator. And then there was a 97 one which had, that one was the better one, I think. That had
today.
Soundgarden, Powderfinger, The Offspring,
Soundgarden.
Super Jesus,
yeah.
Fear Factory,
Fear
Friends of Rock.
Factory came as well. Holy shit! No wonder that sold.
Yeah.
So cool.
They were
And
trash.
Get many viewer sales.
do we get? Oh, there's one for everyone. I've only had one viewer sale.
We don't
I've had
have it.
one.
So
I get a lot of traction on Instagram.
Instagram.
yeah,
I sell a lot of stuff on Instagram.
Yeah,
Right.
we
We've
have
had-
had that.
A couple.
We've had one viewer who's local in Adelaide who's bought maybe 3 things off of us and all very different items. And we've had other sellers contact us and say saw it on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And then we've had people ask via YouTube if they could buy something, but it was already gone.
Yeah.
I had one viewer message this morning from my eBay account. And she said, I can't remember her name, but she said she was from the community that you've set up on Facebook, and then she's watched the videos from there. And so she went to my eBay and she just wanted to have a look to see what I got, not to buy. And she messaged me on one of the items that I had, and she said, I just want to let you know that you've still got the op shop sticker on there.
Oh.
But it actually wasn't an op shop sticker. It was the sticker. It was a sticker from the video shop sale. I like to leave those on because I just like to leave those on because they're from the 90s and that. But yeah, she thought it was the op shop. Op shop sticker.
I've almost sent something with the op shop sticker on it, and I have sent some video games with op shop stickers.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And
We
the
have them
feedback.
hidden inside the clothes. So, in particular, Vinnies on anything that they deem higher end, they've got the tag on the outside, their big blue one, and then they'll put 2 white tags inside, like in the leg or under the pocket. So turn that stuff inside out because I've nearly posted things.
Yeah.
Oh God, that'd be a worst nightmare. And then the feedback. Imagine the feedback that you get.
Oh.
I'm just gonna get a beer.
If he's grabbing
I've never
one-
done that before, and I have a huge turnover of clothes, which is it's a pretty good strike rate. I'm probably going to do it now. It's going to happen to me. I'll jinx myself.
Paranoid about doing it.
What's your kitty cat's name?
This is Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah. My mum named her when she was like a stray. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at the screen. Her face.
So cute.
She has to be with us at all times.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
She's always in the videos.
Yeah, like we can't film anything without her getting in the way.
She loves it.
Oh, she's got in the way.
Wasn't that Elf's favourite cat's name, Lucky?
Yeah, it was. Al's favourite cat was Lucky. He used to try and eat Lucky. He used to try and eat Lucky. I love it. And I've still got an old Alf board game
Oh, yeah.
from when I was a kid as well. The Alf board game from the 80s. I'm not selling that either.
I think there's a piece missing from it.
I think so, but still not going anywhere. Still not going anywhere. What was that? Just sold someone is this? Just sold a 92 Lollapalooza t-shirt with Red Hot Chili Peppers Soundgarden.
Ooh.
Fuck, that's when Chili Peppers were just starting, man.
One above that too. Someone sold a Marlboro t-shirt.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Zach. So Zach, we flipping good stuff. Zach's the one you've watched his videos a few times. He's the one that goes and does all the council put out stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's where he does his thrifting. So Zach was messaging me yesterday about some videos he found. He found some rare ones that I've never even seen before. Some good ones I think he'll get some more money for as well. Some nice clamshells. Some nice clamshells. Now, now that Craig's back, we'll
Sorry.
get on the.
You and your clamshell.
Yeah, I love the clamshell.
Ooh, video games. Happy me.
should we just leave Craig here for 3 hours and come back?
Yeah.
That's really bad to go now. I can talk for hours.
Hang on.
Now, Craig, why do you love Nintendo so much?
Alice, come.
Sega.
Sega. I do like Nintendo. I don't discriminate, but I think it's like video game collectors are all about nostalgia.
Yeah.
So what you had when you were a kid, and a lot of people were Nintendo kids. But in Australia, unlike a lot of other countries in the world, we were kind of fitty Sega Nintendo. So I was a Sega kid. So
was I.
Sega Master System, Mega Drive, all the way, and then like when Nintendo 64 came out, obviously Sega was dead at that stage. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I jumped ship and went to Nintendo, and it was the Ocarina of Time.
Trader.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been say like Master System and Mega Drive are still my two favorite consoles of all time. Contemporary, like I love obviously modern, but if you gave me X console in front of you, I would play Master System and Mega Drive any day of the week. So, and that's fueled by nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
Playing all
Do you
that,
have-
growing up with all that.
Do you have all the Mortal Kombats on Sega Master System too?
I've got 1 and 2. I think 3 was a Tech Toy only. With Tech Toy is a Brazil only release.
Oh.
So I don't think we actually got that one. I could potentially be wrong because I don't know everything, obviously. But I have I have all the Mortal Kombats, I believe, that were available in Australia, and all the variations of the release between the Master System and the Mega Drive.
Retros have just tuned in, so they must have heard you say Sega.
He's on Sega, yeah. He's another huge. He's a Master System guy, and I'm pretty jelly of some of the games he has. So especially Counter-Strike 2.
There's so many holy grails of all those games that I know that you want to find and all that as well. But see, because I was a Super Nintendo boy, I had Sega Master System 2 as well. But my favorite Sega Master System 2 game was built into the fucking console.
Alex
Kidd.
Honestly, I spent many hours playing that. Sonic. Sonic was my favorite.
I couldn't finish. I could probably finish Alex Kidd, but I couldn't finish it because of these stupid rock scissors paper clip.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Let's play. Do we have a console?
No, I sold it.
Oh.
Funny enough, that is actually an uncommon game, the physical release, because it was inbuilt in so many Master Systems. There was the Master System 1 had inbuilt like Snail Maze, which was like a crap game, and then the later releases they did Alex the Kid, and then later releases in the early 90s were had Sonic the Hedgehog built in. And so the Sonic the Hedgehog ones are the more uncommon ones out of those because it was a small iteration. But yeah, if you can find Alex the Kid in Miracle World, the Australian PAL version, that's close to 100 and climbing.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
What, built into the system you're talking about, or like single game?
Single game, like, yeah. So they did do a actual physical release of it.
I didn't think they actually released I didn't think they actually released that game. I thought it was only built in. That was it.
That's the thing, that they didn't make many of it because it was built in the system. No, that's like
number 2.
Yeah, that's number 2. Alex Kid 2.
Here, is that the first one?
It was just a rip-off. It was a rip-off of Wonder Boy anyway.
I think, Wonder Boy came first by 2 years, so yeah. But yeah, if you can get that, but there are a lot of Grail items in Sega, especially with Sega. Like, we had a company called Sega Aussie Soft who did a lot of releases that were only done in Australia. So if you can list some Sega games with international shipping, the money that you can get is ridiculous. So the double packs, if you've got a Master System double pack, you're looking anywhere between $750 to $1,500.
Do you need me
to
Right.
No, it's fine. I can just say it. And yeah, like Fantasy Stars, another good one. Like the Fantasy Star games trend a little bit, but then there's like
the most expensive games that you look for to resell is Nintendo 64 and Sega Dreamcast. They're the two that I kind of.
Dreamcast, no. Nintendo 64 was really popular in Australia, and I think a lot of people kept that stuff. Boxes, no. Cartridges, yes. But like, there's a few Nintendo 64 games. Brad's pretty familiar with the Nintendo 64 that are worth quite a bit. StarCraft 64, Paper Mario, Kirby and the Crystal Shard, Snowboard Kids 2. There's less uncommon expensive games in the Nintendo 64 than there would be with some of the Sega ones, and that's just my opinion, of course. So
no, you're right. That's true.
So and like, there's also like Krillin said, like Neo Geo. A lot of people wouldn't even know what that is. But if you find a Neo Geo cartridge, you're looking at hundreds to potentially early thousands of dollars just for a common cartridge. But the system itself is uncommon.
So you asked if you had it.
Oh, do I have a Neo Geo? I do not. I do not like the Neo Geo, so no. I was just answering Krillin's question.
Because you can pick up with video games. You can a lot of people with garage sales and at the markets and all that. We've found floppy disk games.
Yeah, MS DOS or early IBM.
Yeah, you pick them up for a couple of bucks, and I've sold them for $40, $50 before. Dungeons and Dragons, always the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, they're like role playing games because D&D is still.
Like I know what they are.
Yeah.
My best sale was my best sale ever was a video game or a floppy disk game.
Wow.
It was a Doom.
What?
And I sold it for $500.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Crazy.
And you brought it for
20.
Yeah, that's a good flip.
That's a good.
Make sure as well that you look, if you do buy video games, especially PC games, you type in the version numbers because like you can have 1.01 that's worth like $10 and then 0.15 or something that's worth $600 because they didn't patch games back then. How they patched games was they would do another physical release of it. So some versions of games that can have the same start number, a different version of it can be worth like exponentially more than a similar one.
I could have got more for that game. Mine was the more rare one. Mine was from 96, I think. And I put it up for auction because I wanted to see how much it would go up for, but people had them on there, the exact same one that I had for $1,000. They were trying to sell it. And the reason I sort of priced it at 500 is because there was a recent sale on it for 700. But I was happy with $500. I'll see if I can. I've got it on my Instagram here. Hold on a second.
I'd be happy with $500 from 20.
It was wicked when I first picked it up. Oh, it's at that chip shop that we were just talking about. It was really expensive. That's why it was $20. And she asked me because I was going through some sci-fi books, and I was flicking through all these sci-fi books, and I was like, she's like, do you want a bag? And I was like bundling all these books. And I had like this collection of stuff, of comic book stuff, and there was heaps of comic books, and of course they were like really expensive. Anyway, so she's like, oh, do you want to look at some stuff that we haven't put out yet? And I was like, fuck yeah. Anyway, and I didn't ever have like a Nintendo or like anything like that. We didn't really, I don't know, we weren't poor, but mum and dad just couldn't really afford that sort of stuff. And only later down the track, we got a PC, and my dad used to play Doom. And I remembered it, and I was like, I know that's worth, because she said, oh, I haven't priced that yet. Here, let me look it up on eBay. I was like, are you serious? Okay, whatever. Anyway, she types it in, and she must have just looked. She didn't type, obviously, 1996 in or anything like that, because when I looked it up, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I always died. I was like, is this serious? Am I typing in the right thing? So,
yeah. Yeah, well, that was $20 as well. So it's like, well done.
It was really expensive for like a floppy disk thing. She must have looked up like just, they look up sold. They just look up what's on eBay. Yeah.
There's nothing better than that feeling when you get something cheap.
They rebooted it, so she probably had a look at the 2000s.
They because you Brad got one recently, didn't you, Brad?
Yeah, we got
the
PC version 2 disc. We sold that real quick for 40 though.
Like overnight.
Nice.
So you can get some good money for the floppy disks and the just the hard disks and all that. I love it. That's the first thing I look for as well as video games and toys. I fucking love it.
Ooh. There it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, original artwork.
Yeah, big box.
Yeah, the big box.
Yeah. The one thing I say with PC games, and I know people have been like screwed over on eBay from this before, is saying if it's sealed and saying it's factory sealed in Australia, because they had to reclassify everything. So they had to put like an Australian label on it. So if the label is under the actual plastic, it can mean that the retailer themselves, like Maya, have stripped the plastic, put the classification on, and then resealed it. So you have to be like very careful. Like this is a sealed big box one. That if you see like a an emblem there that's got the M rating or anything like that, and it's under, just don't list it as factory sealed. List it as just sealed or retailer sealed.
This one's also a Sega Ultrasoft.
Oh yeah, they did.
You can't see it.
They did big box PC. Yeah, this one's a really cool game to find if you find this. It's about catching people cheating on their wives. It really is like look, you see that? It's like one of the last games with nudity.
And then you get to kill them.
Yeah.
Is it going on the shelf?
No, when I get an old PC, it's going in the PC.
Oh, I didn't use
I saw a PC game today.
The other day.
What did you find?
We found in the big lot of DVDs. We bought thousands of DVDs from a collector, and we're going through them the other day, just grabbing a few to list. And one of them was a romantic story involving corpses.
Yeah.
I thought that said necrophil. Oh, it does.
Okay. I'm sure
And that was-
somebody out there wants that.
was still.
On eBay.
And it would sell.
Yeah.
It would sell.
Yeah.
If I
It
didn't
will
throw it across the room, yeah.
There's one.
Did you look at comps? Was there any comps on it?
Fangasm.
I didn't want to type that into myself.
Oh, it would have sold. It really actually would have sold. That type of weird shit sells. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
I
you
love
know,
weird shit.
So what did you find?
like I know some of the DVDs that you got, Brad and Jazz, in that lot that you sold. I remember seeing one of your videos that you sold that Friday the 13th box set.
Yeah.
I was so jealous that you sold that because I would have fucking wanted that.
Oh, you
No,
should
we
have
did
bought it.
really go out of that lot. That was a really good deal, and we got some crazy stuff in that lot.
And
Like
it's still
there was
not
a
listed.
Spider-Man
You still
DVD,
got it?
and that sold for like 300.
Oh, that Spider-Man cartoon. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Do
I
you
won't
make
get.
on all that lot though?
I'm gonna
Sorry?
drink.
Oh, you going to talk?
No, drink.
Oh, drink. Did you make your money back on all that lot that you
Oh,
bought?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. We're still selling stuff from it now.
So why don't
but
you just bundle the shit up that you don't want?
It's a great question. We should do that.
Because I'd have to go back through it and relist it.
Because yeah,
But yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably end all the older stuff and like relist, so it just bumps up the search again.
Yeah.
But all the really good stuff went quick, and now it's just like sort of filtering through. But the last 2-3 weeks, we sold a few of those Disney treasures. There was the Disney treasure metal cases. We
yes,
sold 3 to the UK for 125 each, around that.
Yeah.
And then we sold one locally, well, in Australia for 144. But they put in a return case against us today because apparently they didn't receive it, but the item said it was delivered. So I was like, something dodgy's going on here. But I contacted eBay, so they wanted a refund. I was like, but it's been delivered. And eBay just closed the case. I was like, I'm not giving you $144 back on an item that says it's delivered. If you got it delivered somewhere and someone's stolen it, whatever, like you need to contact Australia Post. Like I can't do anything.
Here's why it was slightly dodgy, though. They said it was for a birthday present on the 4th of December.
Yeah.
So if you haven't received it on the 3rd, you think you look at the tracking that
Yeah.
says it was delivered on the 28th of November.
Yeah.
It's like, why
Dodgy.
are you getting back to us on the 7th?
But eBay were really good. They was like, "Yep, delivered. No worries. We'll close the case." I was like, "Good. I'm not giving $144."
no
Like,
way, no way. But yeah, I did see some of your DVDs in that lot because DVDs can go all right. They're hit and miss though. They're hit and miss.
Ken about it.
Yeah, Ken does really well. But that lot, because he was a collector, like he had a lot of high end stuff, like really, really unique.
I'm really How many was in that lot that you got for that grand?
We don't know.
Like literally thousands.
It
Like,
was a wall,
yeah.
and we
Jazzy's
just took everything.
Jazzy's
That-
car
That's a fucking awesome deal.
stacked.
Yeah, it was a Gets. That's how much.
The Gets was like literally like floor to ceiling full
Couldn't use
of
the rear
DVDs.
vision
Like
mirror.
we could not move or see anywhere out of the vehicle.
That's
That's
the way to
awesome,
profit
bro.
from-
That's a lot of listing.
Yeah, there's still like a box in the other room that I haven't looked through yet because it's just like I was just going box by box by box and listing whatever's in the
Yeah.
box.
There you go. There's a part of the challenge that I gave you is what we're going to do next Saturday for the following week. Go through the house of stuff, not even just death pile stuff. Just go through your house of stuff. And
The problem is, if I went through the house and picked up the list, I'd have like it'd take me a year to find all the stuff to then start listing it. So
boxes that you haven't opened in years, because this is what we're going to do. Because like I said, next weekend, there's no way you're going to go to an op shop, thrift shop. There's no way. It's going to be too busy, or either that, nothing's left.
You should make a challenge out of it, Rob. Like nominate someone at the end of the video to do it, and then like everyone else can start nominating people. It would be kind of cool. Like that's a pretty original challenge.
Don't do us. Don't do us.
Oh no, you're in it already. You're in it already.
I actually have a lot of stuff I could sell as well, like my own stuff that I have like a massive kitchen with like all these cupboards, and I stuff all my things in there. And I'm like, oh. You know, like the cupboard with the drawer, the junk drawer. I have junk cupboards, so I probably have a lot of stuff in there I could sell.
I've got boxes of shit that I haven't opened in years, so and records and all that. So we're gonna have a little look and see what. Like I said, once we saw that KFC jacket, we just went,
that's
okay. Maybe it's time to have a look for all the stuff that we got that is in boxes. That what's the point of having it in boxes for years?
Yeah, no.
I have like 47 Master Systems.
You got 47.
Yeah, most
Why?
like because I got lazy.
That can go on a holiday for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That can go on a holiday. Sell 12 of them. Sell 12 of them. Give Beck a holiday.
Yeah, take Beck somewhere nice, dude.
Yeah.
I'll take it to KFC.
Or take Brad somewhere nicer.
Take him to a Dockers match.
Are you gonna
Up
fly
there.
with him?
I said somewhere nice.
Well, then I'm coming to hang with Beck.
Yes, that's good.
2020 premiers, I told you already.
I'm not liking your chances. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Just wait. Eagles are going to get the spoon. Kelly's going to break his knee round one. Chewy's going to freaking do his hamstring.
Chewy's going to do too many Chewy. Get banned.
It's all over. He's chews his face that much. Chewy's always like this when he's on the field.
That's called
Eagles.
crack.
Eagles.
He's dropped an 80 or something.
Vintage toys.
Oh,
We're not allowed to play this game.
We're out. I'll mute us.
No, you love it. You always look for the toys. You can't lie.
Oh yeah, we just get told off what toys are though. So we don't.
can you guys start the chat? I need to pee.
You need to. I love morning toys.
Yeah, obviously we always
When you go to
look
the
for
market.
vintage toys, but we're not great on them. Like I watch your videos and I'm like, I learn stuff from your toy finds because
We're a bit stupid, but we try.
yeah, like if I see something, I see a date on it, I'll have a look, but I'm not well versed on the stuff.
The thing is, it's like though with Craig though in his last video where he found that street shark. It's kind of like the stuff that you grew up. It's like the stuff that you grew up with that you know that's going to be worth money.
Yeah,
I guess that's same with Craig with the games and all that. All his knowledge with the games and all that. And
yeah,
you girls know your clothes brands 100% compared to what us boys would know anything about any of that stuff. So kind of what you grew up with and all that. But that's how I know my toys. You know what's vintage. You know, 90s is just Like that Hulk Hogan doll, I can't believe most people would have walked past it at $12 going, that looks like shit. That is really, really like bad condition. But straight away I knew it was a 1984 or whatever it was, Titan Sports one. Straight away I was like, I can get $50 or more if it was in better condition. And I still put it at 50 and it went for 50. So
Win-win.
yeah, win-win. Some kind of plush toys, really, if you can find the vintage stuff. But,
We got Garfield
Yeah, we
plush
found
at
a
the tip
vintage
shop.
Garfield plush.
You got to be careful with the reissues, though. Like
Yeah.
Transformer reissues, where like, oh, it's Gen 1, but it's the reissue. Same
And
with
one of the
Turtles
reissue.
and
Yeah.
all that, yeah. And
That's
like
the
the
one
toy
toy.
manufacturer, like you can have like Turtles, and you can have like one that's made by
yeah,
one company, and one that's the same year that's worth like the other,
yeah.
not worth nothing. But if you find like metal toys, always look them up, because toys in the 70s and 80s were made out of metal.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and always look them up, because some of those like go for ridiculous numbers.
Oh, yeah.
No
Oh, here we go.
toy in the 90s or really like made out of metal.
Kelly found these dolls about 3 months ago at the op shop when she came with me. And we haven't listed them because we don't know.
We need someone to tell us.
We need someone, not selling your Cabbage Patch
I
doll.
wanted to bring Chloe on. 'Cause she's so
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch doll.
This is my Chloe.
So put the ginger kid on first.
Okay, we got Ginger.
Oh,
These
fuck,
dolls.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
The stand actually might be worth something. We
I
don't
think
know.
the stand's worth more than the dolls, but they say
But she's got Paris written on
there's
her.
Paris on the back of the.
It's actually stamped in there. All of these dolls
That
have.
can be the dolls' names as well. Like sometimes they stamp the names in
Yeah.
it. For the different
No,
stories.
they-
No, they've all got Paris,
They all say Paris.
Yeah.
and I've got a number.
No one's
Porcelain
Like a
dolls
German
are
one, like one you just
hard.
held up.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know what the hell stamps mean. It's like these things are all stamped,
Because it's
What
but
is
I
that?
don't think that they're worth like.
creepy.
do you want to
I'm gonna have nightmares.
That is so not funny. He did not say that.
Look at that, that's freaky.
Oh,
Ah!
Where's that ugly one?
already did it.
Princess
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
look at her. She's
in
pretty.
her robe.
So look up bisque dolls, like porcelain might be the best way to
Okay.
start, because that's what these are, but they're just the heads.
Bisque.
Yeah, BIS.
I remember one of your videos when you got them, and Jazz said that she won the competition.
I've only just listed them, but they have some watches.
This one is
That's crazy.
1988, F&E New York.
I've got some good
that all
starter right
sounds
there.
good.
Look up.
Yeah, I'd look up comps. Let's look up comps.
Yeah.
But you can't find it on eBay. Just Google it and see what's
Yeah.
behind.
You're like,
Yeah.
and
One
click shop
and
tag or
run
whatever.
around.
And if you sell, whoa.
Yeah, freaky. They
There's
stay in the.
something weird about the Brits. They love their porcelain dolls as well. Some creepy people there.
We might have
So
to
like,
go international for that.
yeah, international. Oh,
Hi, baby.
yeah. That looks like what Hitler was trying to make.
Yeah.
Aryan, like blonde hair, blue eyes.
the
Oh.
Paris-
Horror movie
Yeah, no,
stuff.
gross. Oh,
He's a little Aryan child.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were $3 each. Why not?
We keep these sealed
Yeah, they stay in the bottom of the
so they
box.
can't hurt us.
And this
Yeah.
one looks at you. Its eyes open and then close, open and close. I don't like it.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
They had a doll in the boot.
I guess
and
also the style of clothing can help with those as well, because that little Aryan kid was actually dressed like a Germanian child.
Okay.
So you'd like
you mean with the letterhosen
like
and
a
everything.
lederhosen style clothes as well. So determining what they're wearing can also help determine
Yes.
search
That's a
wise.
really good point.
Give us a smoke. Give us a smoke.
It's
No.
not good. Don't do
Actually, you'd be surprised. Like some of like surprised.
Not funny.
Some of the like African style dolls, especially if they're older, are worth a lot more money than the Caucasian versions, because they're
Were they not even made?
quantities. So
Okay.
yeah, so keep an eye out for those things as well. So and
At least
I've seen it.
gollywogs as well are worth quite a lot of money.
Gollywogs are worth heaps.
I think you
Gollywogs,
can't use the
yeah.
word
Heaps.
I had
I-
You
gollywogs.
can't put the word in.
I love them,
Oh, interesting.
but
I
I
just
don't
put
know.
an Aborigine baby doll. I didn't put it on on Instagram because I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that went for a lot of money because you can't find them. They're really difficult to find.
This is my favorite of
But
ours.
those heads.
A blue-eyed. Jeez. Why
He's
are their
so
eyes like
cute.
supernatural?
Oh, they've all gone violet.
That's just to creep you out, Craig. We put those in there. We're actually gonna come to your house and put one above your bed. Just quietly.
Mommy.
That would be creepy. It's like, oh, mama, mama.
Chucky gave me nightmares.
No.
I hate dolls and like Night of the Living Dummy Goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
Also, no.
One thing that I'll never buy is a what is it? Ouija board? Ouija board.
No way.
Ever.
I would
won't
totally buy
it.
an Ouija board.
No. No Ouija boards in my house.
No way. I've seen The Conjuring. I'm not fucking doing it.
There's a way to
I'd be
freak
like,
it out, guys. Put one next
haunt me.
No.
Really?
to
No, we can't do it. We're not
How
allowed.
did
that get there?
I tell you a quick story about gollywogs though. I've got a Noddy book which I won't sell from when I was a kid, and you cannot get it anywhere. So if you ever find
I
it,
think we got it.
is it the one where the gollywogs beat up Noddy, take all his
Oh, no.
clothes?
We've got
Christie.
Agatha Christie.
Oh, we got the Christie
Oh.
one.
So the gollywogs at night time, they beat up Noddy in the forest, and then all of his clothes. They run away. Then he goes to Big Ear's house and sleeps in Big Ear's bed with him while he's naked. And then the gollywogs get arrested. And the gollywogs get arrested for stealing all Noddy's clothes, and they banned that book. I've got that book from when I was a kid. Still.
Everyone said that Noddy was a bit of a dubious.
I think it was Big Ears that was
Big
taking
Ears.
advantage because he
Was
was
a
an
bit of a pedo.
bit of a pedo, old grandpa, and the gollywogs.
Bert and Ernie as well. Sesame
Bert
Street.
and Ernie.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, you didn't.
The plush.
When you were a kid, like you didn't even consider that. You're like, oh yeah, they're friends. But that was probably the earliest time that you realized that something else is going.
Friends who spoon.
That's the one we've got. This is the one we've got. I thought it was not, but it's Agatha Christie.
Oh, that's a gollywog book though.
Yeah,
Oh,
That
wow.
might be worth.
See the title.
Oh, yeah. yeah. The
Can
title.
you? So is that a band like listing name? Because there's some
I
things that
wouldn't
list in their
try.
band.
I wouldn't try to
Hold on, I'll look it up.
even sell it. We got it in the lot of when Brad accidentally won an auction for like 3 ton of books, and we were this.
Great,
So it's on my
because I don't
shelf.
know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that's a question I had for you. How much fishing gear is this all?
Yes, it's really bad.
How much? Sorry, what?
How much fishing gear have you got rid of so far?
We sold some nets today,
Yeah, we did.
and we've sold a bunch of algae killer, but no pumps.
No pumps yet.
No pumps.
That was $39.95. Fine.
Well, then it's not even worth it.
What do you? $39.95.
Oh, well, it's worth more then.
That is a really bad
That's
cover.
such a bad cover that I can't
Removed
believe.
from eBay.
Oh, there you go.
What's that?
Zach knows.
Yeah.
Twice.
Well, the front of this cover has a bad violent image and a bad title, and apparently it sells all day.
Right.
I didn't realize how bad that cover was until I just looked
Looked
at it
at
properly.
the actual image. It's like super violent and bad.
Yeah, it's very bad.
They
It's
sell.
one of those principle things where you can just throw in the bin out of principle. So
It's just here because
It's,
I'm like,
it's not even that
um,
it's got that, like, it's what they're doing to the character that.
I don't think you could see it properly.
yeah,
No.
I'll
like,
send you a photo.
Let's have another look.
Well,
There we go.
it's
I want to see it.
it's a part of history though. Like it's like with a black Americana.
Exactly.
Like, that is a huge market.
I'm not going to put it in the bin, but like.
Yeah, because you might see it at the tip shop for $70.
Maybe
It's like, here's one for you, Rob. So do you sell porn?
I've sold 2. I've only ever found 2, and they've sold in 2 days, both of them. One was a Hitler porn. And legit,
you can bundle it with Jazz and Brad's book.
that sold straight away, and the other one was just some random one which sold straight away as well.
And they were just under $100, weren't they?
No. I think
postage?
both of them combined.
Yeah.
So they weren't removed from eBay because of being.
One of them was because I put porn in the title. You have to write adult. What do you have to write again? Adult
Things.
No, men's interest. You have to write men's interest.
I'll put that on my
interest.
DVD then.
I just sent you all a picture of the cover on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, the red isn't paint.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's what it's called. Oh shit!
Oh, look at the picture. Look at the picture.
Wow.
And is that an Agatha Christie book?
Yeah, it's Agatha Christie.
Really?
Wow. Offered to buy that off me, and I said no because I was creeped out that they wanted it personally. I was like, no.
Was she a closet racist?
You
Not
can
so
get your.
Not good.
Nah, you could probably get your eBay store shut down if you fucking posted that.
Well, they're sold. Brad just showed them
sold,
to
yeah.
me. It sells for $39.95.
Shit.
There are racists out there.
That's like full on. I didn't realize how full on that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
That,
I guess if you were going to put it up, you do
So bad.
Yeah.
What was that?
your challenge is, Brad, to read it and tell us what that story is about. Because why is there a gecko? No, why is there a gecko on there though?
I think
It's an iguana.
a
She's
detective
right.
story with no
She's
detective.
actually right. Yeah. It's an iguana because of the frill on the neck and the size of the head to the body.
Oh yeah, I'm wondering.
Far out.
There's
Okay.
a blue little message on there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll have a look at that later again. That's crazy. Brad, what are you
A long
buying?
time
What are you
ago,
buying?
a long time ago, I sold a bank. It was like one of those old metal banks, like sort of antique, and it's sort of the same thing. It was of a black person, and the thing that they called it was like, because when I actually looked it up, it went for like quite a high amount. It was like $120. Because it's like that sort of black Americana collectible sort of stuff. But it was pretty much along the same lines of that, what they actually call them.
Yeah,
And you're just like,
that's crazy.
who's
That's-
searching?
Yeah.
How at any point in time was that ever okay?
I thought Agatha Christie friggin' wrote like love stories.
She won't.
There's a lot of like
Mystery.
mystery and crime. I think.
Yeah.
She has video games.
What?
There's Agatha Christie video games on the Wii.
on the Wii.
Yeah.
Except that
She
one.
was
Yeah.
very popular. And
That's
it
what you're
was
doing.
racist, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah. you shouldn't know that video game, Craig.
horror.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
on the video game cover. Jesus.
So all your Segas, your 47 Segas that you should sell and take back on a holiday, when you look at the store, what is it?
Brad.
Brad, yeah, Brad. I'm sorry, Brad. That gives me something you could never give me.
what a bet.
Challenge accepted.
So we'll all send you our address. We'll all get a Sega each, one Sega each,
I have his address.
and then we'll take some games as well. Sonic, you want
Sonic.
Sonic?
Sorry, you were saying, Rob? What were you saying?
Oh, that you're going to send us all a Sega each.
Untested.
Mate, come on.
As is.
As is, yeah. As is.
My luck, my one won't work.
It's a problem with buying collections is you get so many of things where you get like inundated.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I'll get to this, and then you get another one of it. Well, I've got this one off to the side.
Yeah.
I'll get to both of them later.
And then you get another 3, and another 2, and another 1.
Yeah.
And a year later, you have to
Before we moved to Thrift, though, I bulked up consoles, and I had about 350 consoles like Atari, Linux, Atari 5800, all like random ones, and I was just like, how did I let this happen? And now it's happened again.
Like before we moved to Threadbow, he actually sold a whole bunch of his collection.
Yeah.
And like duplicates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now 3 years later, here we are.
Yeah. While we're away, I had people contacting me, and I'm like, I was literally living in a national park at that stage, and I was like, babe. No!
Well, it took us 3 hours to drive to freaking Canberra.
Yeah,
It's worth it. You go get your games.
Some people have cigarettes. I have video games. So, yeah. I could be like literally snorting cocaine or shooting heroin, but I have video games, and I'm happy with that addiction.
You do. Right.
Yeah. I was thinking it was supporting the sellers day each week in the Facebook.
That's on my Facebook.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Zach.
What would that entail, Zach?
Question. I was thinking.
What, like shop at eBay store?
In what way, Zach?
I think what Dom.
Yeah.
What is his handle? Primetime Treasure.
Primetime Treasure.
He does like on his Facebook group. He'll go like, "Hey, today everyone go buy something from this person."
Okay.
Gotcha.
Or have a look at what this person has.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You can't expect people to buy something from someone all the time.
Yeah.
But it's good as well because like I found both Brad's and Jazz's eBay accounts, found Kara's, found yours as well to see what's sold in your stores.
Okay, store.
Great information as well for us. So I guess even putting it out as a support is also putting out information other people people sell, what's sold for them, so you know as well, so you can diversify your requiem of what you have. So
he was just seeing if we had any hidden Sega listed.
Yeah.
Someone just asked us why we don't put our store link in every YouTube video, and we're like,
Well, yeah, we kind of didn't do it for a reason, but we're kind of coming around to it a little bit.
But it's also fake traffic. Like
exactly,
because people are going to watch your items and then they're not going to sell, and you're going to have like 100 people watching it, and it's not going to sell.
Which Valerie say all the time. They're like, our public store, like, is not good on paper because there's so many people looking at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's benefits and there's not, because you look at people like Lonnie, Garage Flips, like 85 to 90% of his sales are viewer sales, but he's got like 1,000 viewers. So it's
See, I've had, like I said, the one viewer sale, but I don't put a direct link. I just write it on the screen, so then they have to do the effort of typing it in themselves if they really do want to have a look at it. I won't put the link on there.
And just every person is just clicking and clicking.
Yeah, I don't want to put clickbait on there. I'll put it up on the screen. If anyone's interested in any of the things, then I'll like when I said in one of my last videos a couple of weeks ago, whatever it was. Remember when I got those wireless antennas for your TV?
Yeah,
I still good scenario about the footy, but I still can't find those on the internet to sell them. So I'm just going to keep them in the box if I do ever have that scenario. You know what I mean?
Well, if you got a couple, just throw them up at like, even if you put them at $50, like, and some for 35. Like,
Because they're way better than those Asian brand ones
yeah.
that people are selling. They're actually decent.
What is that dog doing?
Like a fan.
Kiss, kiss.
Oh,
Looks like mine does.
You okay, Cal?
yeah.
Every day.
Couldn't breathe there for a second.
Every day.
That's more action than I've had in a while.
You give amazing kisses, Alice.
Look. Right, last one before we shut it down. Last one before we shut it down. Anything Christmassy that's sold? Have you guys sold anything Christmassy that you have picked up?
Cars that
Yep.
Christmas.
Haven't picked up any.
I love Christmas.
You love the Christmas stuff. I have only sold Home Alone and Die Hard. That's Christmas.
And we're going to watch them before we sell them.
No, they're gone. Home Alone's gone. Home Alone's gone.
I'll watch Die Hard.
Yeah.
The only thing is I keep it all for myself, so I don't sell it.
Not another one.
I sold a Christmas topper the other day. Vintage Christmas is hard to come by, so you're looking at glass ornaments and things like that. Are so hard to find. And the other day I found some at the op shop. I found like 4 boxes of them, and they're like from the 60s, and they're so rare. They're really hard to find because they break, and there's not many around. They just shatter. Like I shattered one the other day. I nearly cried. But I keep those for myself because you're not going to find them very often. But there's a really good brand. I'm sure you'll never find it. But it's called Shiny Bright, and they're worth quite a lot of money.
Okay.
So
Say it one more time.
Shiny Brights with a T-E-S, not like
That
DH.
one.
Shiny Brights.
Shining.
Shining.
They're so
or
rare,
shining.
and they're from the USA, so yeah, you probably won't find any, but they're very good.
Would you buy stuff that gets op shopped or on special from the shops? When the Boxing Day sale happens, and a couple of days after when they're getting rid of everything for 75%, would you buy that and save it for the next year in a box to sell and chuck it up in November? Yeah.
I sometimes keep Christmas. I'll put it up if I think that I can get a good amount for it, but you're always going to get more at Christmas time because, like that. I think the little caroler I sold who sits atop the tree was on there for quite a while, and then at Christmas, bang, it was gone. So, yeah.
We sold our pop vinyl for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's it.
But Rob, you're sort of talking about like going and picking up like the lights and stuff when they clearance them and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Maybe not lights, but
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Sorry.
maybe lights. I don't know. I've never done it, so
I know.
I actually.
75% off.
I sold a really good antique Christmassy sort of thing today, actually. I forgot about this. So it's not exactly Christmassy, but it's an antique ham stand. It's a very odd, random thing. I'll show you. So this ham stand, like a Christmas ham.
Damn.
Stand your ham up.
I thought you
So
just
it's ham.
Handstand. That's what I thought you said too, actually.
It's like a butcher's stand for it's from probably the 1900s.
Wow.
And so I put in the title, I listed it recently, I put butcher's ham stand Christmas table display because people want to, decorate their tables. So I sold this for $126. It's hard to tell what it is, but that's what it looks like.
Right.
Looks like a Yoho Diablo.
So it's got it looks like what?
A Yoho Diablo, the things where
Oh, yeah.
Whee! In the air.
Yeah.
That's the stand.
Crush. Brook.
Rushbrook.
Brushbrook.
Handstand.
Yeah.
Looks like the thing that they were making in the movie Ghost. Where he's standing in front of her and they're on the thing. No?
Yeah. 126 bucks.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's cool.
I think I picked it up for $8.
There you go.
Nice.
Christmas shit. Well, I think I want to get some 75% off stuff for next year.
Yeah, we'll
to
give it a
chuck up
go.
in November, but don't know what.
Yeah, we'll give it
Storing stuff.
I've thought about like a whole bunch of those like lights and stuff. But I don't know. It's a long tail item, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a long time to store.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I still sometimes store winter stuff. Like I don't always sell. If I pick up a big jacket, sometimes I don't sell it. Like I won't even list it.
Yeah,
Just goes in your desk pile.
And yes, I guess with international, like, yeah, like we sold a jacket the other day, and I was like, who's buying a jacket? But there's still international sales and stuff. So I'd try and get them up.
Like I guess you still have people living in Australia going overseas for Christmas and or a holiday, whatever. And if you're going to anywhere in Northern Hemisphere, it's cold.
Yeah. So I still do it. I still list stuff, but it depends if I think that it's a good enough item that it's going to sell fairly quickly. If it's not, then I'll just leave it. Like I don't not list a lot of stuff, just a couple of things I'll put aside.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a whole room of put aside stuff because I haven't listed it yet.
That's a challenge.
Actually, it's not actually true. Half of this is actually listed now, which is really good.
That's good. That's your challenge next weekend. All of you have got to go for all your stuff, death piles, stuff to sell, the excess stuff.
I like having a death pile.
Nah, I hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I feel anxiety when I look at it.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty organized. I have it on rack.
Nah, I got to get rid of it.
Ours isn't organized. That's why we hate it.
Yeah, it's just in bags in the floor.
It just keeps moving around.
Yeah.
I feel like if
I think you've got to have it organized.
Yeah.
And we had nothing. We got this.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't find anything.
That jacket's gone.
The jacket's packaged and ready to go.
Sold?
Ooh.
No, not sold. PSA.
It's just
to get authenticated. Oh, that's one question I wanted to ask you before we cut it. Brad, one of your videos when Jazz found those doll heads and you did win that competition and you had that awesome jacket, that NBA jacket. Did you
red one? Yeah.
The red one, yeah. Did that end up selling?
No, because you broke it.
Oh yeah, I broke it. I put it on a ripped it. I need to get it fixed.
Shit.
Don't sell that to me.
You lost the competition now.
No, I already won.
No, it's disqualified.
I think you actually won anyway. I think. What did you pick up that time?
That was the doll's heads. I remember the video. Jazz's main was the doll heads.
Yeah.
Yours was the jacket.
Those are two weird items. What was the challenge?
I don't know. The winner of it out of you two, who had the best find for the day.
Was it high profit? Most high profit item, maybe?
Nah, I think it was just like coolest item or something. But yeah, that jacket was a really cool find until I put it on and broke it.
Was it broken or did you break it more?
No, it was just like where the seam meets like the satin part, like right at the bottom of the back.
Yeah.
Like right at the where your waistline is. And so when you put it on, and if that part stretches, it's like old, so it's just gone.
Yeah.
It's lifted the cotton, so I need to get that cotton so
cool. Because I lost my shit when you found that, because you don't find those in Australia. Those jackets are just
You would need to take that to a seamstress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a pile of things I need to get washed or seen. Like I've got 2 Burberry jackets here that are like really, really cool, but they've got stains in them. So I need to get them like properly cleaned.
Most cleaners fix items as well. Like I get stuff dry cleaned for work, and like if I've had buttons or something like that needs to be sewn back on. Not that I can't do it myself, but they fix that stuff too.
Yeah.
So just ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 3 things I need to take. Actually, I've got a really awesome Hugo Boss, like full length, like crazy gangster's jacket.
That's from ages ago.
Yeah. And
Get
two,
it.
two Burberry like these. Yeah.
I remember saying to you when you bought that, like, Brad, will you take it to the dry cleaners though? Will you really? And you were like, yeah, this
Yeah.
week.
Full length Burberry. Like,
That's your challenge, Brad. Take the stuff.
you know how he I've been for the last 3 weeks? Get your thing authenticated, get this cleaned, clean your house. It's too much. Too much.
Is that actually called a flashes coat?
No, it's called a trench coat.
A trench coat, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
thought it was called a flashes coat.
It's a
It's a
flashes
sick
coat.
jacket. If I get it clean and it comes up good, it'll go for some good money.
Mm.
Not if it's not gone to the dry cleaner, though.
I'll do that.
Hey, stop it.
What do you say, Cara?
I said, not if it's not gone to the dry cleaner because it's just going to sit in a box.
Yeah, it's on top of a box. That's half the battle.
You could always put it on and rip it.
You got Monday. You take it to the dry cleaner.
I will.
Problem solved.
Naughty.
Now,
Jazz will do it.
dog keeps knocking over our water. Before we go, I want to thank you heaps for coming on and all that. But I had this idea. Now I'm going to make up some rules for it later on. I got this idea, right, for the new year. I got this idea for the new year. It's called the $1 challenge. $1 into $1,000. So you have to buy.
Pretty sweet.
You have to buy one item, thrifting or at a garage sale, whatever, for $1 and get it on video. You can sell that on eBay for 10, 20, 30, whatever you sell it for. You might sell it for $10. Then you take that $10 out of your eBay and you buy your next item, and you got to film yourself and say, this is the item that's for sale for $10. That's from my $1. Try and make that into $100 or whatever. First one to get to $1,000 from that $1 item to start off with. But you can't buy your...
We're already firstly we're in.
Sentences.
Secondly,
You're in. Yeah.
out of a $5 one already.
Oh man.
So we're gonna have to run like 2 concurrent videos.
You're in a $5 one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And use
there's-
panties don't count.
Sorry?
And use panties don't count.
Use panties do count. They
Yeah,
do count.
And
They
then
do.
and then
I was going to use the ones I'm wearing today.
No, you have to be filmed buying them. So go buy them from Big W for $1 or Kmart for $1. Wear them and sell them for $1,000. You win straight away. You just win straight away.
Dollars
We
gonna
can do the dollar panty challenge instead.
Yeah.
does it have to be a singular item, or can you buy 5 VHSs for 20 cents?
Oh shit! It's going to start January the 1st. So let's think about these rules.
All right, we'll discuss.
Yeah,
This is a Star Wars flask all over again, playing with the rules.
I guarantee Cozy and Thrifters will cheat.
Good.
Mm.
We bend the rules.
Bend the rule.
Yeah.
I suppose if you brought 5 DVDs for $1, you have to sell those 5 DVDs.
Because the problem is going to be when you get to up like over 100, how you have to find $100 and something item to get.
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas
Yeah.
if you can buy like 10 items at $20 or 5 items at $20, that's going to be.
Nah. Single items.
You have to buy a boat.
That's why it's called a challenge.
But
It's a challenge.
you
So,
can keep that profit to the side. You can keep that profit. So if you have 100, but only buy one more item, list it, sell it, and then you put that like in the kitty, like Rob would
yeah.
say, you put that aside, and then you would keep buying it, and you can still pay for whatever you have in your kitty, but it would still be one specific item only.
See, Craig might find a $200 game and know it's worth $1,000, and bang, sells it for $1,000.
Yeah.
But then he might sell it for
But you have to start
$999.
it at
He
a
might
dollar
sell it for
though.
$999, and he's still got freaking now buy something for $999 just to freaking make it grand. So make that extra $1.
Have you had this challenge? If this challenge started 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, I have.
do then.
I have like got so many sealed Nintendo games from somebody I can't name.
rare
And I
Nintendo games.
And I paid $1 for them. Damn it!
Wow.
I think it has to come from like an op shop or a garage sale. It can't be like, I don't think it can be like from like Facebook Marketplace or something.
Nah.
It has to be from, yeah.
Can
All
we
right, let's all think about these rules, and I'll write. We'll coincide. All right, we'll coincide on this. January 1st, we'll start it. We'll coincide on this. All right.
We're gonna have to like
Oh.
keep
I'm
spreadsheets
confused
going.
already.
Yeah.
We still have to do
Yeah.
90 questions from looking
Oh,
on
yeah.
hustling, so it's gonna be
Yeah, me too.
Get on it.
yeah.
Let them interpret it the way they
Well, I'll
want.
buy that book off them for $1, and I know I can sell it for $39.
I'll sell it to you for $38.95.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd be one of those weirdos that buys those books.
No, I wouldn't. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, heaps.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.